Tahniah! Siaran langsung ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber Malaysia, sebuah inisiatif e-didik Malaysia dan Kelab Guru Malaysia. Tumpukan perhatian anda, siaran langsung akan bermula sebentar lagi. Link sijil akan diberikan di hujung siaran ini. Pastikan diisi dalam tempoh yang ditetapkan. Terima kasih.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to Mr. Robert Tarinan, SISC Plus, Language Unit, Education Department of Sipitang District Education Office as the Program Manager, Mr. Azri Ajak, Vice of Sipitang District Education Office, Planning Sector, Madam Audrey Koh Sui Yen, MUET Speaker, Teacher Nurlisa Binti Kamba, Technical Person in Charge, teachers, students, and parents. Welcome to MUET Webinar 0 Band 1. This webinar is organized by Language Unit, Education Department of Sipitang District Education Office under the program of Kupi Kupi Cucur Duyan, in collaboration with Akademi YouTuber Malaysia, e-Didik Malaysia, and Kelab Guru Malaysia. I am Maisarah Azian binti Muhammad from SMK Sindumin. Sipitang will be your moderator for today's webinar. I would advise everyone to have a strong internet connection to join this webinar. If you have questions, please note it down and ask during the Q&A session later. To start off our webinar, I would like to invite Mr. Azri Ajak to recite dua for us to have a blessed session. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We begin with Al-Fatihah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Arrahmanirrahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ya Allah, Ya Karim, Ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram. Ya Allah, Ya Fa'alul Ya Murid. We express our gratitude to you, Ya Allah, for allowing us to attend live program MUET webinar on this auspicious afternoon. Ya Allah, we ask you for the safety of our religions and the welfare of our body. O Allah, Lord of the implementing authority, make the days that we have gone through, starting with your mercy, continue with your blessing, and end it with forgiveness. And also make the days that we have gone through with guidance and end with the victory of excellence. Ya Allah, Ya Rabbil Alamin, let our effort as a means to enlighten and convince ourselves that the personal safety of either outer or inner is a prerequisite for achieving happiness and excellence in various fields. O Allah, grant us faith and strength in order to face the challenges of life during the transition period and in the phase of life in this new millennium. Ya Allah, Ya Rabbil Alameen. O Allah, show us guidance and adjust our paths and ways to achieve happiness and glory. Let us listen to people who like to do the good things. Let us avoid doing the bad and evil things. O Allah, bless our life in this meeting and gathering and prevent us from harm and unfortunate event. ربنا تقبل دعانا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you, Mr. Azri Ajak. We are pleased to have with us this afternoon a very outstanding and experienced teacher, Madam Audrey Koh Sui-Yen, a madam to students and Audrey to friends and colleagues, pursued her Bachelor of Education in Teaching English as a Second Language in University of Exeter, United Kingdom in 2001. She then obtained her Master of Education, United Kingdom. She then obtained her Master of Education in Teaching and Learning with distinction from University of Hub Kuala Lumpur in 2019. Madam Audrey is a vibrant and dynamic individual who has come a long way but still has more to see and do. She has 20 years of experience as an English teacher in SMK Majakir Papar Sabah under her belt, with many more to come as her passion lies in teaching English as well as being examiner and a motivational content-based speaker for teachers and students all over Malaysia. She is also a national storytelling champion as well as a two-time national teachers debate champion. Besides that, she also runs workshops and seminars for all levels, including English for UPSR, PT3, SPM, and MUET. She has recently self-published her grammar module besides the two Oxford Fajar PT3 English reference books, a Pelangi CEFR Aligned MUET Model Textbook, and a personal compilation of prose and poetry in her book Horizon of Hope in 2017. Madam Audrey also has a successful blog with more than 7 million hits and has an FB page, Audrey Koh, Sabah English Language Guru. Without further ado, please welcome Madam Audrey to share her insights and ideas on how to tackle MUET. Madam Audrey, the floor is all yours.
Hi, Madam. Boleh on mute, on mic?
Very good afternoon to everybody. It's a pleasure to be here today. Thank you, my Sarah. You did a wonderful job as the MC for today, the moderator, and also to your technical group and everybody who has invited me, especially PPD Sipitang. Wonderful job that you are doing here. And I hope that with this session today, we will be able to help our students achieve their highest potential for MUET subject. Okay. Right, so just a little kopi-kopi discussion first about MUET. So I'm very attracted to the title of today's talk, right? It says that MUET 0 band 1. Is it possible? So I would like everybody to put what is their targeted band. Can you put it in the comment because I can actually see your comments? All the students, can you try to put what is your targeted band? Yeah, is it band 3, band 4? Anybody wants to get band 4.5, 5.0? Yeah, try to put a comment, live comment, so that I can see. Yeah, I can see Rex Rochester, band 4, wonderful. Everybody else try to put a comment so that I know that you guys are actually paying attention, and I want this to be as interactive as possible. Well done. I can see a lot of band 5, some band 3s. It's okay if you have a band 3 because a band 3 is good enough for you to get into university. Yeah, but you might have to get a better result depending on what courses that you take. Okay? Okay, so come back to the question. It says there 0 band 1. All right, I'm going to blow my own trumpet for a little while. As you know, yesterday was the result of the second session for MUET. and my school students, SMK Majakir, I'm in Papar. I'd like to announce that we have 0 Band 1. We also have 0 Band 2. We have only one student who got Band 2.5, and everybody else got Band 3 and above. So the highest that we got are 6 students who achieved 4.5, okay? So you need to remember that Band 5 is like a native speaker level. And if you can't get Band 5, it's still okay because the level is really quite high. But if you can achieve Band 4, Sharif Richie, there's no more Band 6, yeah? Band 6 is the old format. The highest is 5.5, okay? All right, so even if you get 4.5, you're already on a really, really high level and high track. So coming back to the question, can we have 0 Band 1? I guarantee you will have 0 Band 1. You will only get Band 1 if you go there and you write in a language that is not even English. Okay? Band 1 is like the worst of the worst. When you read the sentence, it doesn't even sound like English. It sounds like alien language. Okay? So, anybody can get Band 2 and above. And if you want to push yourself to get, I see a lot of Band 4s, yeah? If you want to push yourself to get Band 3, Band 4, Band 5, you really need to pay attention today. And once again, I'd like to say a very big, huge congratulations to PPD Sipitang and team for inviting me today. All right, let's start with vocabulary. Okay, let me share screen. All right, good to see everybody aiming higher. Can everybody give me a happy emoji? Give me a happy emoji. Try to be interactive. Try to communicate with me. Even though you're sending me an emoji, I can actually communicate with you. So, what is your happy emoji? Everyone, happy emoji? Very cute. Why is that a happy emoji? Aizal? That's a stone man. Good. Okay. Nice. Elbow cough. Is that a happy emoji? So cute. Are you actually happy to be here today? I hope so. Okay. So, right. Thank you, Mr. Robert. That's a really nice poster that you made. Yeah. Again, great job. I love the effort that's been put into this project, even though it's only 3 hours. But I believe that if everybody pays attention and everybody gives 100%, buka minda, yeah, and tanam niat, I think that we can achieve a higher grade today. Okay? Virtual hug lagi. All right. Everyone, take a look at this. Brainstorm word level. What kind of words can you think of when you see this? Khairul, I don't see any clowns. But maybe clowns make you happy. Right. Faster. Everybody try to put something in the chat. What can you see? You see 2 men, right? Are they happy or are they sad? Give me better words for sad. Give me better words for their emotion. Yeah, they're a bit lost. In fact, they have been. If you want very good English, you need better quality vocabulary. Yes, I saw disagreement, deserted. Okay, poor. Are they poor? Excellent. YJT. No man is an island. You already reached the proverbs and the sayings. Yeah, you have very high chance of getting high band. Okay, stranded people. Patricia, that's a very good choice of vocabulary. So I would like to tell you that if you look at a picture, you want to describe it, and you're using kindergarten English with very basic words and phrases, you will not score. Okay, can you make a sentence? Can everybody try to make a sentence? How would you describe? It's actually 2 men who have been shipwrecked. And what's happening? What's the issue actually? Yeah, 2 deserted men. And they're miserable, depressed. Very good. Okay. Oh, matrix perak. Hi, matrix perak. Upset, devastated. Okay, I keep seeing word level. Let's go to sentence level. Sentence level. Yes, they're very dissatisfied, very heartbroken. Excellent. I want to see the sentence level. Everybody try. So just now somebody, YJL, I think he said, no man is an island. What does that mean? We cannot live alone, right? So the issue is actually no presence of teamwork achieves 0 goals. No, Rafika, that's wonderful. There's 2 deserted men who can't finish a boat because they are not on the same page. Teresa, that is wonderful. Yeah, very good linguistic ability. Both men seem to be sad because they broke their boat. They didn't actually break the boat. You see, they managed to build half a boat. But because of bad communication, because of ego, they are not able to work together. Okay, I would like you now to Google. Go and Google, yeah, Proverbs for teamwork. Good try, Nurul Einhifs. 2 men having an argument with each other and they do not want to communicate. Disagreement and won't cooperate. Okay, now go to Google and find proverbs about cooperation or about teamwork. 2 men couldn't come up with an agreement. Continued to ignore each other instead of working together. Good. Yeah, Norafika Levi. Many hands make light work. Okay, but try to make it into a sentence. Many hands make light work, so the 2 men should have cooperated with one another and worked together to make a complete boat so that they can escape the island. Teamwork divides the task and multiplies the success. Happy sunshine, that very beautiful quote. Yeah? Patricia Ann, 2 heads are better than 1. Awesome. Okay? Mustika. Hi, Mustika. All the way from there. Oh, not bad. Huh? Everybody can... It's not only Sipitang I can see now. Okay. So what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is that you need to fix your vocabulary. Yeah, in English for MUET, right, there's only 2 tricks how to improve in MUET. The first one is accuracy, which is grammar. The second one is fluency. Sharif Richie says they need a fan. Okay, you're thinking way out of the box. All right, so how can you improve your basic vocabulary for any language? You need to go to the internet and you go and type an essential 3,000 word list. When people create a dictionary, they come up with the 3,000 words. Yeah, you can't actually explain something with a very hard word. You have to use the basic 3,000 words in order to explain. Let me give you an example. I actually had an English teacher. The student asked the teacher, "Excuse me, teacher, what is the meaning of proof?" So what do you think the teacher answered? What do you think the teacher answered when the student asked, "Excuse me, teacher, what is the meaning of proof?" Do you know what the teacher answered? The teacher answered, "The meaning of proof is evidence." And then he says, "Don't you know that?" So how do you think the student will feel? Of course, the student will be even more confused, right? Because you shouldn't go and explain a word with a more difficult word, all right? So basically, when you learn a language, you go to the internet and you type basic 3,000 words, and then you will get the list of the most basic and common words. There's Longman list, Oxford list, Cambridge list. Yeah, okay? So these lists, you open the file and then you try and check how many of these words that you've never seen before. If you have seen most of the 3,000, that means you are band 3 and above. Yeah? Ronaldo, no, he didn't answer in BM. He actually answered in English, but a more difficult word. Okay? So now you know that you need to know the basic 3,000 words. Next thing you need to know is that in English, for CFR, they actually have this thing called bands. Yeah, what is the bands that we are going to use? So you have the lowest level is A1, then it goes to A2. So that's basic level. And then you have B1 and B2, which is average level. And finally, you have C1 and you have C2, which is the highest level. So C2 is band 5.5, yeah? Okay, so every English word has actually a level. So let's escape here first, and let me try to open the file. Okay, so English EVP. EVP. Okay. English vocabulary profile. So every word has a band. So what do you think is proof and what is evidence? Can everybody try to answer in the comment? No, this is taking time to load. Do you think proof, yeah, bukti, yeah, in Malay, okay? What kind of level is it? Is it A1 level or A2 level? Yeah? And then how about evidence? What level is that? I think the stream yet is making things slow. Okay, tak apa. So the point that I'm trying to make is that every word in English has a different vocabulary profile, and you need to have more low frequency or more high frequency words. Yeah, PROOF should be A2 level. Very good. I'm seeing very good answers. Yeah. How about evidence? Evidence is what level word? Evidence is actually a high proficiency word, right? Evidence is not A2, yeah? A2 is very low. Okay. So basically, if you want to get higher marks in English, you have to have more high frequency or more low frequency words. What's the answer? High frequency means you see it every day. Common words. Low frequency means you seldom see the word. It's a specialist word. Okay, so we want more low frequency words. And that's for vocabulary. So I'm not sure if you know my book. I actually have a new book. It's called MUET My Way. Yeah. And I'm trying to help everybody improve their vocabulary. So if you don't have my book, it's fine. What you do is you go to the internet and you type 3,000 essential word lists. Okay. Or you can type B1 word list, B2 word list, and even a C1 word list. But I've already compiled it, and then you have adjective, verb, nouns, and adverbs. Yeah. So you actually need to learn these words. How can you learn? If you have my book, you use a highlighter and you highlight the words that you've never seen before. Yeah. For example, assassination. If you don't know what is an assassination, you highlight the word and then you use Uncle Google. Uncle Google will help you a lot. But you actually have to go through the list one by one. For example, contradiction. Ask yourself, what is a contradiction? And if you don't know what it is, highlight it and please go and research. Okay, so I told you there's only 2 ways to improve your English from MUET. The first one is accuracy, fix your grammar. And the second one is fluency, fix your vocabulary. Online access to the book? No, there's none. You will have to buy the book because it's owned by Pelangi. Okay, so now I would like to teach you that you have to improve your phrases. Look at these phrases. Instead of saying nowadays, yeah, what word would you prefer? Okay, instead of saying nowadays, there are a lot of bullying cases. See, can you change it to? It is often said that bullying will cause a lot of mental stress to a student. Many people claim that they have been bullied in their youth. In this day and age of modern technology, social media has been used to cause cyberbullying. Yeah, we live in an age where many of us have been victims of cyberbullying. So these are phrases that you can use in order to spice up your speaking as well as spicing up your writing. So the trick is you need to be able to use better quality vocabulary. I'm going to escape this one and I'm going to show you this one. I have a lot of documents and later I will put the documents somewhere for you to access it for the Sipitang students, yeah? Okay, so, all right. So you see, you need to have a better introduction and these are better quality phrases instead of nowadays. Nowadays is so kalut already, so old school, okay? Expressing opinion. If you're still saying, in my opinion, from my point of view, is actually very old school, can you try to change? Can you imagine saying, personally speaking, or you say, as far as I'm concerned, yeah? And you will really impress the examiner if suddenly you say, if I may be so bold as to state that. Wow. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Yeah? Instead of saying, I agree, you should say things like, I concur. And then you should say things like, I don't see eye to eye with you on this matter. Okay? So basically, you do not want to use phrases that are so common. Don't use the high frequency ones because high frequency means common phrases. You want to use low frequency. So go and memorize. I've actually compiled this, so there's so many things that you can memorize. Instead of saying secondly, try to say another contributing factor is, yeah, or you can say on top of that, I personally like this one. Another point to ponder is, see how the language increases in complexity, increases in technical aspects such as higher quality lexis when you choose phrases that are not often heard. If your student just says firstly, secondly, finally, is very basic English and you cannot give them band 5, okay? Okay, remember, when you're speaking or asking questions, don't say oi. Yeah, say excuse me, pardon me. Try to be a gentleman about it. All right? And always ask people about their own opinions. Yeah? Does anyone agree with me? I find this problem, this word. Yeah, Malaysian students always have a problem with this word. Suggestions. Some students say suggestion. It's very cute to hear, but it won't give you high marks if you don't pronounce it properly. So go to Google and try to learn how to improve, okay? So there's other categories such as presenting ideas. All right, number 7 is perhaps the most important. Yeah, learning how to counter argue will actually show your critical thinking skills because it tells the listener, yeah, or the reader that you are able to see both sides of the coin. So I want you to remember these phrases. Don't use however or in contrast. Try to use things like conversely, yeah, to counter that argument. In spite of this, try to use phrases that you have never used before. So that's what you have to do. You have to go through this list and you have to find phrases that are out of this world, are totally alien to you. Force yourself to memorize it and then force yourself to use it. You know, I'm a Chinese girl, yeah, that speaks only English. Even my Chinese is really bad. But I learned a long time ago, if I want to pass my Malay language, I have to use beautiful vocabulary. Okay, so what I did was I did the same thing as this. This list is in English, but I actually created a list in Malay and I used it all during SPM. Yeah, so in English, in essence, but when I write my Malay essay, I wrote inti patinya. Can you see? Yeah, when my other students will write, yeah, we will face problems, kita akan hadapi masalah. I would write, kita akan mengharungi onak dan duri. So you see, the quality of the vocabulary made me able to achieve A1 for SPM Malay language paper. Yeah, and that's why I got a scholarship because I got A1 for BM, for BI, for literature in English, which is Shakespeare and all that. And I got A1 for maths. All the other subjects I got B. And I'm very thankful to the government of Malaysia because they sent me to England, to the University of Exeter to study English. Okay, but I know my duty is to Malaysia. That's why I came back and I also continue to teach. And I've been teaching for over 20 years now. How time flies. Okay, we come back to the PowerPoint. All right, so what was I telling you just now? Yeah, in order to fix your grammar, not your grammar, sorry, your vocabulary, the first thing you do is you fix your word level. Look at these 4 categories: adjective, noun, verb, and adverb. What do? You go to the internet and you download the word list for B1, B2, C1. If you don't have my book, I already downloaded. If you don't have, just go to the internet. Next thing you need to do is you need to fix your phrases, okay? All right, after you fix these phrases, you need to fix your how you express yourself. These are what we call expressions. So can you give me a way to say I'm good? So it says that I'm fine, I'm well, I feel fine, I'm doing well now, I'm as fit as a fiddle again, I'm in the pink of health, I'm all hale and hearty. I was under the weather, but I'm right as rain now. Okay? Okay, so if I close that down, can you put in the chat group few ways to say I'm not happy, I'm sick? Can everybody write I'm sick? Try to find a way of saying I'm sick. Because in the email, you will be asked, how are you? Okay, so if you want to say you're happy and healthy, you say I'm all hale and hearty, or I'm in the pink of health. But if you're sick, how can you say it? Put it in the comments. Students, are you still there? Try to write it in the comments. Do you want to sneak peek? I'm feeling unwell. Very good, Dayini. Yeah? Oh, okay. YJT, be careful of your spelling, yeah? I'm down in the dumps. D-U-M-P-S. I'm under the weather, Vanessa. Very good. Yeah? I'm sick is very boring. Okay, try to change it. Okay, I'm under the weather is perfect. All right, let's go back to the, okay. So if you look at it over here, it says that I'm feeling down in the dumps. Ada S di belakang, not B. B is not very smart. Okay, I was rather sickly. Wow, that's really nice as well. But have you ever written, I'm a little off color today? Euphrasia, yes, that's what I want you to do. I want you to memorize phrases that you have never used before that are high frequency or low frequency. Yeah, you have to get the low frequency ones. See? Okay, everybody? Look at the happy ones. I'm so pleased, I'm delighted, I'm thrilled, I'm elated, I'm overjoyed, I'm exhilarated, ecstatic, euphoric. Yeah? I'm over the moon, I'm on top of the world, I'm in seventh heaven, I'm on cloud 9. Wow. Okay, how about the sad one? Everybody try? What would you say for sad? I'm as sick as a dog. I caught a bug. Very nice. Nurul Ainfis. Yeah? Enjoys Naomi. I'm not oneself. I'm not feeling well. Good. Okay. So, I'm sad. Everybody, try to type something in about sad. I'm feeling blue. Nur Haili. Very nice. Halilia. I'm so cheesed. Mother Rhino. I'm so cheesed means I'm very, very annoyed. Okay? Okay. What else? I'm under a cloud. Nice one. Oh, Tessel student. All right. So basically, I would like to show you that there are various categories that you have to improve. Okay. Let me have a look. Where is it? Yes, here. Okay. So you have from high frequency to low frequency, which is low band to high band. And you have all these phrases that you should use, yeah? Have you ever heard, I'm a little crestfallen? Like a wet weekend, nice one. Okay, I'm down in the mouth. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit dejected. Okay, if you nangis tak berhenti-henti, it's called I'm totally inconsolable. All right. Okay, now look at this. Can you mix and match and find me a really nice statement? It was, I know it's a bit small, but if you can type something. Mix and match, this is a mix and match table. It was and incredible is still very boring. You need something better than incredible, enjoyable. It was fun. That was very, very kindergarten level. So we need to level up. Yeah, it was a remarkable performance. Okay, nice. It was an impactful meeting. Nice. Everybody try? Yeah, I like today's response. It's a lot of people and a lot of people are trying their best. Awesome. You're going to be ready for your exam in no time. Okay? It was a remarkable occasion. Very good, Muhammad Irfan. Next. It was a breathtaking event. It was an astonishing performance by the band. It was a splendid experience. Try to use these ones at the end. Let me try to force you to use better quality vocabulary. Try to use these, the blue ones. Okay? If you don't know what the word means, that means you need to go and look it up in Google. Yeah? Adrenaline pumping, compelling episode, eye-dropping show, Esni. Okay? Yeah. See? Jaw roping. What is jaw roping, Raja? Jaw dropping, actually. All right. Typo must be. Yeah. Zenon, it was a mind-boggling experience. You see the quality? Your language quality will improve very fast if you just memorize these phrases. Okay? Another word for amazing. And this one is another one for boring. Okay, out of this list, can you write your favorite? Okay, when you choose your favorite, try to choose something that you've never used before. Yeah? I had a whale of a time. Wonderful. Okay? I can't wrap my head around it. It was awesome. It was literally unfathomable. Wow, can't even pronounce it. It's very hard to pronounce. Okay, which one is your favorite? The food is out of this world. A mind-blowing affair. Nice. It was a life-altering incident. Yes. Okay, so this one, which one is your favorite for this amazing phrase? Right? So today, I will also go through the exam tips, but right now I'm focusing more on vocabulary, yeah? Why? Because the vocabulary will actually make a very big difference. It will push your band 3 to band 4. It will push the band 4 to band 5, yeah? Okay? All right, let's look here. How about it was boring? Which one is the best one for you? If you want to say, oh no, it was terrible. It was boring, it was terrible. Yeah? It was such a time waster, right? It left a lot to be desired. People who can write this way, the language quality is very high and we can give you higher marks for your command of the language. Remember, for any CFR examination, we only look at two main things. The first one is accuracy. That means your grammar. And the second one is your fluency. That is the choice of your vocabulary. Okay? I love that one, Rachel. It was beyond my wildest imagination. Yeah? Okay? It was so pointless. Oh, somebody just put a very interesting one. I would rather watch paint dry. Okay, Zinan, that's really, really good. Okay, so you can be creative and you can be a little bit less informal, especially during the email or the letter. Okay? Good job. All right, and here are some ways to say goodbye. There's one more that you can say now, which is just as good. You can just say, stay safe. All right, awesome. Okay, so we're done with this part. Let's go back to our PowerPoint for a while. Okay. Yeah. All right. So then the next thing you need to do is fix your proverbs. Okay. Looking at this list, it says there the pen is mightier than the sword, right? Okay. Wait, sorry. Okay, look at the list. Wisdom. Which one is your favorite for wisdom? Knowledge is power. Yeah. What else? Knowledge is like a garden. If it is not cultivated, it cannot be harvested. Nice. Okay. Right. Then you have confidence. Which one of these confidence one do you like best? Confidence. Which one is best for you? Which one do you like? Confidence? The most beautiful thing you can wear is confidence. That's really nice. I like number 10. Just put the number. Which one do you like for confidence? I like number 3. Rule your mind or it will rule you. Which one do you like? Number 6 is confidence comes not from always being right but not fearing to be wrong. Number 12 is it is not the mountain we conquer but ourselves. Yeah. Number 7, trust yourself. You know more than you think you do. Oh, a lot of people likes number 10. Yeah. Never give someone power to define who you are. See? So what have I done is I have highlighted the categories. One is wisdom. Another one is confidence. Another one here is never give up. So what is my advice for all the students taking MUET? You need to list down the categories, and for each category, you need to have at least 3 proverbs that you memorize and you can use in any situation. All right, let's look at the third category here, never give up. Where there is a will, there is a way. That is the most common one, right? And then winners never quit and quitters never win. So quickly, Google never give up. Proverbs for never give up, and type it into the chat. I love today's session because everybody's trying their best to be interactive, right? Okay, let's have a look. What can you come up with for never give up? Okay, never give up. Everyone, never give up. I'm still waiting. Never give up. Never Gonna Give You Up is a song, Norafika. But you can also quote, according to Rick Ashley, he said that, he's never gonna give you up. Yeah, you can also put quotes of music or songs, yeah? According to Justin Bieber, never say never. According to Miley Cyrus, she said, it's the climb. That means climbing is more important than reaching to the top. It is our effort that we need in order to climb, the mountain rather than just the destination, okay? Believe you can and you're halfway there, all right? Esni, Vanessa, don't give up before the miracle happens. Nice. There is no failure except in no longer trying. Awesome. No pain, no gain. Yes, even simple things like that. Shafiq, well done. No pain, no gain. If you fall behind, run faster. Never give up or surrender and rise up against the odds. Very nice job, Teresa. Okay? So, go and take a piece of paper and write the categories down. Category number 1, find 3 proverbs for wisdom. Category number 2, find 3 proverbs for confidence. Lepas tu hafal, you need to memorize. And hafal tak cukup, you need to put it inside your essay. I love that. Winners never quit and quitters never win. There is no failure except in no longer trying. Awesome. Okay, don't think about the start, think about the finish. Very nice, Judison. Never give up. The other one is teamwork. Look at my PowerPoint. It says here, number 14, Liverpool. You will never walk alone. I like number 6 as well. You're only as strong as the weakest link. Okay? Confucius lagi. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Awesome. Okay, till I collapse. Jokers. Okay, the next category is procrastination. Lazy, yeah. The students are always lazy, and usually this topic always comes out in the exam. It's usually about students and them being lazy or addicted to their gadget, addicted to their internet, and so on. F is success. Yeah, I like this one. Work hard in silence, let your success be your noise. Okay? Yes. PP, teamwork makes the dream work. Family, yeah, home is where the heart is. Blood is thicker than water. Love and friendship. Health and environment. Okay, so what have you learned? You have learned that proverbs are very, very important to give you the wow factor. If you can start and finish an essay with proverbs, you will be very, very impressive as a writer, and the examiner can give you highest marks. Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint. Everybody still here, right? Everybody still okay, right? Hopefully lah. Do what you can for as long as you can, and when you finally can't, you do the next best thing. You back up, but you don't give up. Ho, well done, Nurul Einfis. Okay, so we've done this. We've done expressions. We've done proverbs. Yeah, never give up. And the last thing I would like to teach you to do is you need to improve your colloquialism. Everybody go and Google, what is colloquialism? Have you ever heard this word before, colloquialism? Maybe you've never understood what it means, but you use it all the time. You've been learning English since primary school, right? So instead of saying, I want to pass the exam well, you say, I want to pass it with flying colors. So that's a colloquialism. That's what the local people say, and it makes them sound better, okay? So instead of saying at the last minute, you say at the 11th hour, yeah? Instead of telling your girlfriend, hey, contact me, you should say, yeah, drop me a line. Well done, Muhammad Faisal. Okay, you Google what is colloquialisms. So how do you get higher marks for emails and writing letters? You need to have more of these inside your essays. Then only you will get higher marks. Okay, so let me show you the document. Yeah, of colloquialism. All right. So these are the drafts that I did when I was writing my book, and then they changed it into a textbook. So yeah. But it's very easy to find. You know what you do? You go to Google Images and you look for colloquialism. Then you will get a lot of very nice graphics to explain it. Okay? Okay. For example, I can't decide. So if the essay question says, the email says, explain or describe, and then you say, I can't make up my mind, instead of saying, I can't decide. All right? Or instead of saying, I give up, say, I'm throwing in the towel. I literally can't do the assignment because, and then instead of saying, yeah, I don't know, you put there because I have no clue and it totally beats me. See? Instead of saying, I give up because I don't know, that is very basic English, we change to, I'm throwing in the towel because it beats me and I have no clue. Can you see what I'm trying to teach you? I'm trying to teach you that the easiest way to fix your English is to go and memorize all of these colloquialisms and use it. Yeah? Okay, I have no energy left. Say, yesterday was very tiring. I'm running on empty because I didn't have enough sleep. Yeah? Begitulah. So you see, there's a whole list. But you don't need me to make the list. You just go to Google and you type colloquialism. You like number 4? All right. So that's it for vocabulary. Yeah. I'd like to highlight once again that accuracy is your grammar. Okay? Fluency is your choice of vocabulary. If you are able to show and demonstrate low frequency words used in very appropriate ways, you definitely will get much, much higher marks. So coming back to the question of this talk today, yeah, is it possible to have 0 band 1 And I can tell you very confidently, you will have 99% 0 band 1. The one that actually get band 1 are the ones writing alien language. But if you take in my tips for today, yeah, you fix your word level, you fix your phrases, expressions, and you fix your proverbs and your colloquialisms, definitely you have a higher chance. Okay, can everybody give me an emoji to know that you are still here, you're happy with the talk so far? Emoji time. Send me an emoji. I say emoji time. Where are the emojis? I see a koala. That's so cute. Afif is adorable. He gave me a bouquet of flowers, roses. Esni wants to give me fish. I don't know why. So cute. Hi, Karen. I just noticed you're there. Okay. So what are the two things that you need? You need accuracy and you need fluency. Betul? All right. Let's fix your accuracy. How many percent is your grammar level? Do you believe that I can teach you grammar in 15 minutes? Mr. Robert, how's your grammar level? Canggih kah? Try to type. How many percent is your grammar level? Everyone, how many percent? Do you have 50%, 100%?
50% maybe.
50? Okay. I challenge you, after 20 minutes, your grammar will improve to 60, 70, 80%, okay? All right, later I ask you again, Robert. So I can fix your grammar. Shafiq 40 only. Kesian. Halili 45. 50-50. Let's fix your grammar. Okay. Where is it? Wow, Shohada 30 only. Oh. All right. Cohesive devices, yeah. Make sure you go and look. Remember I told you you can download anything from Google Images. So you just type. Penanda wacana in English is cohesive devices, okay? You type that into Google Images, you can find all of these things. Senang saja cari. And then remember the highlighter trick. Highlighter trick is you use a highlighter and you highlight words that you've never used before. Yeah, for example, instead of saying then, Bangas already you say then, you say subsequently. Okay, Nurul Shafika 65, well done. That's the highest I've seen so far. Yeah. Then you try to use things like conversely, sebaliknya. Instead of saying for example, you say for instance, yeah, or illustrated by. See, these graphics are very useful. So English teachers, please try to find a way to incorporate graphics into your class, yeah? Okay, so let's go to grammar. Cepat-cepat punya. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And then you'll be fixed. Okay. In English, the most important rule is nouns. If it's only one item, put A in front. If it's more than one item, put S at the back. Why do we need to know the quantity? Because the quantity will affect the verb. Okay, verb 1 plus S. So this is the formula. 1 plus S, more than 1, no S. Except for sentences that start with you and I. So, in English, you always have two choices. One is kick, the other one is kicks. Tambah S saja. So in English, the most important letter in English is the letter S. For present tense, you need to count quantity. He itu satu orang, then the next word must have S. Dia itu ramai orang, ya, more than one. So the next word don't have S. So this one always comes as a couple. One is kick, another one is kicks. Macam mana pilih? How do you choose? One person, you choose the one with S. Tu je. English uses formula. If you can follow the formula, your grammar will improve. Alright, so this is for present tense. But how about ing? If you want to use ing, you must have the B5. So who are the B5? Present tense is am, is, are. Past tense is was, were. Kalau kamu sebut he sleeping, tiada S di depan dia, for sure your sentence is wrong. If you say he is sleeping last night, tapi tiada was over there, your sentence is also grammatically wrong. So what is the difference? The difference is there must be two words. The first word is a B5, ya, antara lima ni ya. Okay, you need to choose one and then only you put ing. Why do these words go missing? It's because in Bahasa Melayu, there's no is, are, was, were. Dia tidur. Okay, you just use the word dia sedang tidur. Can you see? Isn't it? Do you say in Malay, dia tiduring? Dia shopping? Dia membeling? But you actually use imbuhan me. You do not have am, is, are, was, were. So sometimes when you write, pandai hilang these words. Yeah? So now you know that if you use ing, dia mesti datang dua perkataan, satu set begitu. That is the formula. It's okay bahkan if I campur-campur a bit of BM. Okay, next one. Passive sentence. What is a passive sentence? It's actually ayat songsang. And P1, P2, P3, P4. P1 is show, yeah, or shows. P2 is showing. P3 is showed. And P4 is shown. So what is the meaning of this word? Tunjuk, menunjuk, imbuhan me because ing. Telah tunjuk. So can anybody tell me what is shown? Type the answer. What is it? What is shown in Malay? Similarly, drives, yeah, pandu, driving, memandu, drove, we put telah in front, telah pandu, driven. So what is driven? Yeah, shown is ditunjuk. Very good. Driven is dipandu. Okay? But why is it confusing? Because in English, kadang-kadang kan the spelling doesn't change, you know. Cut, cutting, cut telah potong, cut dipotong. That's why sometimes it's very confusing. Dan in English, if the third one ada ed, memang the fourth one pun ada ed. Nampak macam sama, it looks the same, but actually this is telah pinjam and this one is dipinjam. So what is the difference between telah pinjam and dipinjam? Is because when you write ayat yang sudah berlalu, past tense, you only use one word, borrowed. He borrowed my pen. Yeah. When you use ayat songsang, this one, passive sentence, yeah, you use two words. The pen was borrowed. Kalau kamu tulis the pen borrowed, manalah itu pen ada tangan mau pergi borrow barang, isn't it? So you need to have the pen was borrowed. Yes, I can see a lot of very good answers. Congratulations to the ones that are always answering. Good job to you guys. That means your focus is 100% here. And Madam doakan you will cemerlang in your MUET. Okay? Okay, so let's look at the example here. He showed the ticket. Siapa tukang buat and apa yang kena buat? So he is the doer. Ticket is the victim. Victim ke depan. The ticket, okay, by him. So you need two words. You see, was, shown. Macam mana kita pilih was? Yeah, you go back to rule number 1. Rule number 1, kita mesti tahu quantity. Rule number 2, based on quantity, baru kita pilih plus S ke no S. So you see here, the ticket, jawapan dia was. Kalau kamu tulis the ticket were, then it's wrong. Shazani drove the Ferrari. Ayat songsang, Ferrari ke depan, the Ferrari was driven by Shazani. What happens if you put drive? Grammar rosak itu. Okay? What happens if you put drove, driving? Semua salah. Formula dia mesti ikut. You must follow B5 plus P4. Okay? Michelle cut the cake. See, ayat songsang, the cake was cut by Michelle. Janganlah tulis was cutted, was cutten. Tiada dalam English. Katrina borrowed the books. Yeah, the books, kalau satu, kalau banyak buku, the books were. Okay, the book was kalau satu. So here you know that quantity is very important. Dia punya kata kerja kan, the B5 kan, bergantung pada quantity. Begitulah cerita dia. Okay. Next one is perfect tense. 3H plus P4. Alright? So he, satu orang, we choose has. Planted the tree, then the tree had they had planted the trees yesterday. So has, have ialah sekarang, present tense. Had ialah past tense. Kalau jumpa saja has, have, had, the next word mesti pilihan yang keempat. You see, the fourth one is planted. Walaupun dia nampak sama dengan pilihan ketiga, tapi maksud dia ialah ditanam. This one is telah tanam. This one is telah tanam. This one, the yellow one, is ditanam. Because P4, pilihan keempat, is always in buhan di. Alright? How do you change to passive sentence? So the tree has been planted by him, or the trees had been planted. So the only difference is the word been. Kalau nampak been tu, maksud dia ayat songsang. Okay, I want to ask you a question. Tengok balik this senarai. Okay? The problem with English in Malaysia among students is that tiada hafal senarai ini. Yeah, you didn't memorize. So I want to ask you, is it your fault? Answer me. Is it A, your fault, B, your teacher's fault, C, your parents' fault? A, B, or C? Answer. Is it your fault, your teacher's fault, or your parents' fault? Which one? I'm waiting for the answer. Whose fault is it? A, is it your fault? No, it is not your fault. Is it B, your teacher's fault? No, it is not your teacher's fault. Is it C, your parents' fault? No, it is also not the teacher's fault. So whose fault is it? It is actually Kementerian Pelajaran's fault. It's education system fault. Why? Because in primary school, you are not taught proper grammar. Kalau you belajar ni in primary school kan, senang saja your grammar will improve. The problem is you only belajar communication skill in primary school. Isn't it? Don't you think? Whose fault is it? Can you tell me whose fault is it? Yeah, but now you know that you didn't learn in primary school, so now you have to go and learn. So what do you look for in the internet? You go and type irregular verbs. Bila kamu type irregular verbs, dia akan ajar kau semua P4. Irregular verbs. Yeah, it is KPM's fault because they use communicative theory. They just want you to communicate, but there is no accuracy. But during the exam, they expect you to be very accurate. Okay, let's go very quickly to the last few. There's only 12 rules that you must follow. After this, senang saja, your English will improve. After 2 must be original. Okay, so original means base form. To show, to give, to take, semua betul. Girls, do you like to shopping? Salah. The girls, you need to say, I want to shop. Betul. I want to go shopping. Betul. But if you say, I want to shopping, salah. Boys, do you like to smoking? Salah also, it's wrong. You cannot say to smoking. You have to say, I want to smoke. Why? Because after 2 must be original. Kecuali ada B. Kalau nampak itu B, if you see the B, the next word must be P4. Kenapa begitu? Because this is based on the formula. You must put a past participle after the word be. Alah, madam salah type sini. This one salah, reject this one. Okay, be. To be past participle. Okay, I want to give you a present. The present is to be given. I want to show you the ticket. The ticket is to be shown. I want to take the book. The book is to be taken. Okay, you do for me. I want to choose the husband. I want to choose the husband. Ambil yang positif, yes. The positive part is that now you know the problem, you have to find the solution. Go and Google, yeah. Go and Google the irregular verbs and pergi hafal. If you go to Chinese school, they paksa you to hafal. But all other schools, maybe they didn't force you to memorize. That's why when I ask you what is the P4 for choose, can you answer me what is the P4 for choose? I want to choose a husband. A husband. A husband is to be. What is the P4 for choose? Everybody answer. Very good, Egwen. Yeah, Mervin, I ask for the P4. Choose, the P4 is actually chosen. So you have choose, chooses, choosing. Past tense is chose with only one O, and the P4 is chosen, CHOSEN. Okay, so I want to choose a husband. A husband is to be chosen. Yeah, I can give a talk. A talk can be given. Tengok, kalau kamu nampak saja B, the next word must be P4. Okay, I will choose my members. My members will be chosen. Yeah, I will buy the ticket. Jawab dulu. I will buy the ticket. Passive dia apa? The ticket. I will buy the ticket. The ticket will be. What's the answer? Woohoo. I will buy the ticket. The ticket will be. Nah, you see you cannot answer. The reason is because. Okay. PP, you cannot say buy. Buy itu sekarang. Ya, past tense, past participle will be bought. Very good. Okay. And lastly, by plus ing. By explaining. If you see by, the next word must be ing. I go to school by walking, by cycling, by taking the bus, by driving. Tengok, dia mesti ada ing di belakang. Rashida, thank you. Full sentence. Yeah. Yeah, Rachel also. For plus ing. After the word for, the next word must be ing. Okay. So, only 12 rules. Try to remember. Yeah. Nouns, or n, one, more than one, s. Verbs, 1 plus s, more than 1, no s, except for you and I. Continuous, B5 plus P2. Passive sentence, B5 plus P4. Perfect tense, 3H plus P4. Passive perfect, 3H plus been plus P4. 2 plus ori, 2 plus B plus P4. Modal plus ori, modal plus B plus P4. By plus ing, 4 plus ing. Okay, everybody type one of the rules. Any rules that you remember. See whether you can get 12. Yeah? So now I want to ask Robert. Mr. Robert, your grammar improved sudahkah in 15 minutes?
Little bit.
How many? 70? 70% now?
I think
Boleh
so.
lah kan? Yeah, see? Just because of the formula. See, now you see the students, they can do it already. They can remember. After 4, always ing. Yeah, after 2, always ori. Isn't it? Yeah, B5 plus P2. Excellent. All right. So it shows you that if you learned grammar properly, yeah, in primary school, it will be very easy to have better accuracy. The problem with our system is that always focus on communicative ability. Answering, how are you? What is your name? Where do you go? What is your hobby? You can answer with the isi penting, the content. But whether or not you have the accuracy, as a second language learner, you still need to go back to grammar studies. Okay? Yeah. Last question for grammar. Can you now put whether you have improved? Yeah? For example, 30 to 40, 60 to 80. Yeah, see? Saya anak kipas. Well done. From 20 to 60. Wah, superb. Okay? The rest of you mana? From what to what? From 20 to 40? 40 to 80? Come. Let me see whether you have improved just because of the explanation. Yeah, from 50 to 70. Well done, PP. Okay? Okay, so I spent about 1 hour fixing your accuracy and fixing your fluency. So now let's go down to the hard work a little bit. Let's go and see the exam questions.
Madam, sorry.
Yes, any question?
Sorry to interrupt. I
Yep.
think it's time to take a break for a while. Is that okay with you?
I don't mind.
Or
if
you
want
just
me
want
to.
to continue?
I think because the momentum is there, I don't think anybody needs to go anywhere. Yeah, just listen to me
Okay.
talk lah. I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
But you look at the comments. See? Look at the improvement. This life is like a dream, dia bilang. Ui, tiba-tiba. 45 to 75, so accurate. How do you know it's the 5%? Dari mana? No kiss baby, Diana. Ui, saya anak kipas. I love you too. Peace, peace. So cute lah you all. Okay, let's continue. Bah. Right? So, I'm very happy that you find that the talk just now, vocabulary and grammar, even though it is very basic, but this is the foundation of English. If you want to improve, you fix your accuracy, you fix your fluency, and then you are ready to go. Okay? Let's look at this paper, sample questions. These are official questions. I usually like to show the official questions because they are more reliable. All right? So if you look at the listening paper, okay, so you have how many parts? Actually, when the new format came out, I was very disappointed because it's just too long. If you ask my students to sit and listen for 50 minutes, last time the paper was only 30 minutes. Yeah, now 50 minutes is just way, way, way too long. All right, but don't worry. Yeah, actually the level of the question is very low for the first part. So when we make questions, we use A1, A2 as our guiding level for the first part. That means if you can answer part 1, you are definitely A2 level already. Okay? So they will have easy questions first, then it will get harder and harder. So part 1 is usually A2 level, yeah? And they ask you for why did Lily go, how did Lily go. So the questions are very simple. You just need to listen for main and supporting details. Okay? Isi penting. That's for part 1. All right. The question in number 7, this one is more about location. So you have to listen for directions and instructions lah. Yeah? So sometimes the question comes out in graphic form. Okay, part 2. This is a listen to a talk by a career guidance. So if there's only one person talking, right, this is what we call a monologue. Okay. If it's 2 people talking, it is a dialogue. Right? So how many times? So this is content question. Yeah, it took Mandy a long time to content question. Content questions are very easy compared to critical thinking questions. Yeah, when you have to answer why, okay, or how, it gets a bit harder than what. What is very easy. All right. So simple questions. Okay, this number 14 question is a bit harder. What is the skill involved here? So Mandy's story makes us realize that it's important to what? So here, the answer is not exactly inside the text that you listen. When you listen and then you collect the proof or the evidence, then you make a conclusion. This skill is called inference. Have you heard of this word, inference? When you infer, that means you need to listen to the information and come to a conclusion before you can choose the answer. So this question 14 is much higher level than all the other questions. Okay? Don't worry, I'll explain again later. Part 3, listen to 3 people, Edmund, Rani, and Abdullah, and they're talking about problems. So the content is similar, but they're not talking to each other. They're just talking alone. So this is not a conversation. This is actually a monologue as well. So what are you doing? What is the skill that you need? You need to listen to speaker number 1, and then you need to summarize. What is the skill? To summarize the main problems at university. So you look at the choices given, and please don't write this out. You just need to write A, B, C, D, E, just the letters. Okay, we're just doing overview at the moment. All right, part 4. So you listen to a radio interview about caring for pets. Okay, so caring for pets, this one again is another monologue. You want to get the audio for the MP3? I can put it in the file. Okay? Yeah. What food can be given to the dogs when? You can see that the questions are still very basic, content-based questions. Okay? All right. Number 5. This is where it gets harder. It's actually a series of dialogues. So dialogue 1 is a promoter talking to a customer, but at the same time, Listening is much better now because all the answers is ABC only. It's actually MCQ. In the old format, if you use bad grammar, wrong spelling, capitalization, all you will get 0 marks. Okay, so this is much better. But the problem is it is 50 minutes long, and it's quite stressful to listen to. Okay? Okay, so you have that as your dialogue 3, another conversation. And then it's the quality of the language is a bit harder because they're using more low frequency words. For example, if you don't know what is a questionnaire, you will have a hard time trying to answer this. Okay? Okay, that's for listening. Okay, this one has a tape script. I'm going to skip the tape script. I'm going to skip speaking. I'm going to go straight to reading. Okay, so for reading, look here. 75 minutes. That means 1 hour, 15 minutes only. All right. And you have 40 questions, All of it is ABC, so you can actually still tembak. Okay, so look at the questions. A to C. All you have to do is read and then you choose the answer. Okay, next one, part 2. You read the email and then you answer the question. He's looking for how do the students feel. So again, this is very simple questions, but it is more about content, isi penting. All right. Okay. This one, part 3, is usually a novel. So they are also testing you on many genres, different genres. This is, fictional writing. Okay. It's about a girl and a boy and the mother. Okay. So content-based. This question number 14 over here, you remember, every time you have question 14, it gets a bit higher the level. What will probably happen next? So again, this is a prediction question, but at the same time, it is an inference question. You need to read the evidence in the text, make a conclusion, that means make an inference, and then only you can make a choice. Okay? Okay. Part 4 is a bit different. You don't have this in SPM. You need to read 2 articles or 2 reviews, and this one is about a film. So review number 1. Can you see that the language is getting harder? So the choice of language and the content is getting harder because it's a new part. And for this, you only have 2 questions. 15. And now the question is very critical thinking. Why? Because it's asking you about the review's impression. Question number 16 is usually but not always, Usually but not always about the arrangement of the information. So we want to talk about the content. How the content is sequenced. Ikut urutan apa. Okay? Okay. Then the second review is another article, but the content is the same, also about the movie La La Land. Question 17 and 18 is referring to just this one. So the difference is that question 19 and 20 is a bit harder because you need to compare and contrast. Okay? Compare and contrast. That's the skill that you need. You need to read both of it and compare and contrast. So I can tell you that isi penting tidak penting. Content is not important because every time you see new content, but the skills will still be the same. Part 5, you have seen this in PT3. You have also seen this in SPM, missing sentences. Actually, if I ask all my students, right, they think part 5 is much harder than all the other parts. Because it's very confusing. How do you know which sentence goes into which blank? And part 6. Part 6 is the original MUET. In the old format, this is what we used to answer lah. 6 passages of like this. And then you pengsan. But the improvement is that they try to ask you questions paragraph by paragraph now. And they will tell you what they want. Okay? So part 6 and part 7, are passages out of university textbooks or newspapers, international newspapers and magazines. That's why the content is really, really difficult. By regulating runoffs, I understand this, but I'm quite sure you don't understand this unless you are band 5 and above. Okay, so you can see that the content and the language used is much, much higher. Okay, part 1 to part 6, which one is the hardest for you? Can you put a response in the comment? Part 1 to part 6. Which one is the hardest for you? Part 1 to part 6. Yeah, most of my students, they feel that fill in the blanks with the lines, that is the hardest. That is part 5. Okay? Part 5, right? Yeah, but the advantage is that everything is MCQ lah, which means it's just objective. You can still just try your best and just choose one answer and pray that it is right. Okay, so I would like to tell you again, for those of you who didn't listen to my introduction, that the question that you guys are asking today is 0 band 1 possible? The answer is yes. And again, I want to announce that my school result just came out yesterday, and we have 0 part 1, we have 0 band 1 and we have 0 band 2. What does this tell you? It tells you that the marking system of the CFR MUET is very fair. Yeah, because most of our students can read and write in English, can respond to questions, can answer correctly, and most of them will be band 3 and above. So when you get your result and you see that you have achieved band 3 and above, I'd like to say congratulations in advance. Okay, because if you pay attention today, mustahil lah you dapat band 1, band 2. I guarantee you can improve very fast. Okay? Yeah, most of you have written part 5. Okay? But part 6 and 7 also very hard because of the quality of the vocabulary. All right, don't worry. Reading is just reading. The advantage is that they reduced it to 40 questions and they reduced the time also. So now I want to tell you about reading skills. Okay, so how can you read and improve? You need to read as much as you can. Read quickly. Can you Google speed reading? Yeah, you need to learn how to read faster. There are many skills for speed reading. So if you have time, go and Google speed reading. Okay? And then you need to read a very big variety of words. Excellent, Faisal, skimming and scanning. Okay, so most of the passages will start at A2. You remember the first passage was very easy, right? And then you go on to C1. Okay, then you have content, vocabulary, which is very basic. The hardest thing that you want to learn or answer is the critical thinking questions. That's the harder one, which is for a teacher also is quite hard to teach. Yeah, okay. So reading questions, highlight the keywords. Always read the questions first, yeah, before you read the text and the passage. Okay, this way you will be able to identify the keywords that you're looking for. And just now, Faisal said skim first. Skim means you get the whole idea first. Scan means you look for a specific information. Okay, so I want to make 2 sounds. You tell me which one is skimming, which one is scanning. Ting. Okay, the ting, what is it? Is it skim or is it scan? Okay, is actually skim. You're looking very quickly at everything. And when you find the keyword, ting, that is scan. Okay? All right. So what do you need to do? You need to underline the answer. All right. Next thing you need to do is look here. Right? The first part, can you see? Okay. So the question 1. Yeah, how am I going to do this? Wait, tak boleh juga. No need. We got no time to do workshop style. We do just presentation style. Okay? So, what are they testing? What is MPM testing you? They are actually testing you for synonym or paraphrasing. All right. The question says, yeah, which house has easy parking. So I want to tell you a trick that we do. As a writer of a book, as a writer of a model test, we actually put distractors inside. Okay, can you see has easy parking? Which is the answer, A, B, or C? The answer is covered garage area for up to 3 cars, right? You can see that 3 cars can park. So the answer is C. Betul? So why did you choose A, Sharul? Okay? Why did you choose other things? Some of you might even choose this one, large park, because you don't really understand that the word park is another word for taman, isn't it? So this is called a distractor. Okay? So let's look at this other one. Is the closest to the shops. Which is the answer, A, B, or C? Closest to the shops. It is a short. Come on, answer first. Which one is the closest to the shops, A, B, or C? Okay, so the answer, Ghost Baby says A, correct. It is a short walk. Where is the distractor? You see, Sharul kena tipu because he kena distracted by the term only 5 minutes. Tapi dia tak baca sampai sini, by car. You see, that is what we do. Afif also same. Nurul Anfis pun salah. Why? Because you nampak 5 minutes tapi you tak nampak by car. So you have to be very careful. When we make question kan, we have the answer, short walks, and then we have distractors. Okay? Another one, suitable for nature lovers. Where is the one for nature lovers? So those who like nature lover, usually they will say, opposite a large park. Okay? Tapi, where is the distractor? Can anybody see? Now, you see Pipi kena distract sudah. Distract means minda kamu sudah kena kacau. See, it says dia Happy Garden. Tapi Happy Garden tu nama shopping mall saja. Dia bukan Happy Garden. Nama shopping mall dia Happy Garden. Actually, this is the answer. Opposite a large park. Can you see you kena tipu? So you need to be able to read carefully. Okay, the last one. Which house has no bedroom furniture? What's the answer? A, B, or C? Which house has no bedroom furniture? The house is empty. See? Empty. Okay, can anybody find me the distractor? Where's the distractor? Budak yang tidak pandai English, dia nampak perkataan furniture. Terus dia nampak apa? Study table, chair, standing fan, wardrobe. Jadi dia terus pilih jawapan C. Tapi be careful because C adalah distractor sahaja. The real answer is this one, empty. Dia cakap empty, hanya ada cooker and fridge. Understand now? Okay, so what is the skill that you learned? You learned that you must not be tricked by MPM. You must learn to identify the synonyms and the paraphrases. All right, good. Next question for me is, what do you do when you don't have a dictionary? During the exam, you don't have a dictionary and you cannot Google, kan? So I want you to ask yourself. Okay, kita kasih buang dulu impossible answer. Then you need to ask yourself, positive, negative, or neutral. You have to tell me whether it's a root word, what is the imbuhan awalan, the prefix, and the imbuhan akhiran. Then later, I will teach you what is anaphoric and cataphoric. Okay? So let's look at this word, deforestation. Kata dasar dia ialah forest. D means to remove. Shen means it's a process. So now, you just assume the meaning. Done, yes, correct. But you need to assume intelligently. Yes, Sakti, you say look for the clues, right? So you look for the clues through the language. Degradation. So it comes from the word grade. You now know that D means to remove. Shen means it's a process. So degradation means the decrease of quality. Yeah? Give you one more. Desalination. Saline means salty water. So D means to remove the salty water. Yeah, it is a process of removing salty water. So that's how you look for clues. Kita cari dia punya, okay, root word. Kita cari imbuhan dia and then you ask yourself, D tu positif, negatif atau neutral. Begitu. And then only kita boleh guess lah. Intelligent guessing. Okay, next one. You need to learn to infer. What did I tell you just now? Make intelligent assumptions. So, many people bought the product. Profits increased due to high sales. So, all the following statements are false except what? Can you say it's a failure? No, because many people bought it. Can you say product was a success? Yes, correct. Can you say the product was expensive? The answer is no, there's no information. How about the product was easy to use? Can you say this is true? Even though you think it is logical, tapi tiada dalam petikan, it's not inside, so you cannot say this is true. You have to use the evidence that's available and then the answer is B. Okay? But be careful of this word lah. Selalu kena tipu kan, whether it is pengajian am or any other subject. When you have question with except, you might be tricked by MPM. Okay. Look here. Here's another tip. When you cannot find the answer directly, you need to, what did I teach you just now? Infer. Okay, so it says that Hassan says the interview is informal so that the students feel. So another word for, okay, feel, what is that? Thoughts and views. You're talking about opinions, right? So we want to capture your thoughts and views. Yeah, so what is thoughts and views? It's the same thing as opinion. So the answer is C. Okay, so again, it is about synonyms and it is about paraphrasing. Next one. See, part 3, it says there, this is the story, non-fiction. This is fiction. No, I mustn't say anything. If I tell mom, the police will come and find Mark. What if he's run away for a good reason? I have to talk to him first. So this is a prediction question. What will probably happen next? You can use this technique. Eliminate the impossible answer. So which is impossible? Will she go and tell mom? Dia cakap, no, I won't tell mom. Why? Because mom will tell the police. Betul? So, kita cancel dulu benda yang impossible. Grace will ask her mother, no, she will not do this. Grace will contact the police, no. So actually, I'll have to talk to him first, means Grace will go looking for the boy. Begitulah. Alright? Kita kasih cancel lah, eliminate impossible answers. Reading skills. Okay. So here, the skill that you need, I told you just now, is logical sequencing. Yeah, you look at the main topics and then you rearrange according to the sequence. So we use chunking of ideas. Next one, compare and contrast. Remember, I told you question 19 and 20, you need to compare, you need to contrast. Okay? All right. Can anybody go and Google what is anaphoric and cataphoric? What is anaphoric and cataphoric? Teachers, have you ever heard anaphoric and cataphoric? Do you know what it is? Actually, it's just a fancy term, but you already know the theory. Okay? Okay, anaphoric and cataphoric. Panas already my phone. Okay. So let's go to here and you have a read first. You read first. What is anaphoric and cataphoric? Oh no. Okay, can you see that the word them refers to before? Yeah? So if it's before, this is called anaphoric reference. Okay, you look here, this is cataphoric reference. Wait. Okay, so here, this one is cataphoric reference. Oh, echo, wait. All right, so this one is at word level. Wait, technical problem. I log out first. Okay, so this is at word level, all right? And then you can see that it is actually referring to insomnia. Okay, so how does this apply for our MUET level? So here you have anaphoric reference is before the sentence, and this is for part 5. Okay, you need to find clues that are related to this, a cure. And then here the answer is, they imagine that fix will be an antibiotic. So here, they're actually testing your synonym. The cure is the same meaning as a fix. So kadang-kadang you look before lah. If you look after, you have to find some kind of evidence, all right? So after the number 26, these are not just the remote threat of antibiotic resistance, So antibiotic resistance is actually antibiotics have various downsides, okay? So that's how we choose the answer. I know it sounds a bit tricky, but at the end of the day, when we make questions, we need to make sure that there is a link. Either the link is before, which is anaphoric, and the link is after, which is cataphoric. Okay? All right. So that's the meaning of anaphoric and cataphoric reference. So my question for you is that for reading, is there a difference between anaphoric and cataphoric? The answer is no, because when you're doing reading, you can still look back and you can still look front. So there's no difference in the difficulty level. How about speaking? Listening. How about listening? Is there a difference? Is there a difference? So which is harder for listening? Anaphoric or cataphoric? Everybody answer in the comments. Which is harder? Which is harder? Anaphoric or cataphoric? And why? Cataphoric is harder. Are you sure, Faisal? Cataphoric means you listen to the keyword and then only you hear the answer. So, let me give you an example. Okay. Yeah, Fazila is correct. Anaphoric is harder. Why? Okay, if the question is, okay, this is the question. What is the cause of obesity? Okay, so the answer for cataphoric, the cause of obesity is junk food. Kalau dia anaphoric, okay, junk food is the cause of obesity. So for listening, when it is listening, which one is harder? For listening, anaphoric is harder. Why? Because bila kamu sudah dengar jawapan, baru kamu dengar dia punya keyword, terlambat sudah. Kamu tidak ingat sudah what is the answer. That's why we usually have anaphoric questions at the end of part 3, part 4, part 5. Dia tidak akan timbul part 1, part 2, part 3 usually. Dia akan guna anaphoric referencing for harder questions because the moment you hear the answer, baru keyword dia keluar. That's the difference. Okay? Okay. So, what is the conclusion for our reading? Kejap. Where's my PowerPoint sudah? Okay, what's the conclusion for our reading tips? You need to be able to read different types of text and articles, So this is the conclusion. Reading questions before the text, highlighting the keywords, skimming and scanning, MPM will always try to trick you using synonyms and phrasing. Vocab, you need to guess the meaning. How do you guess? Positive, negative, neutral, you need to look at the root word and the imbuhan awalan, prefix, imbuhan akhiran, suffix. Inferring is a technique. Eliminating is another technique. Logical sequencing, comparing and contrasting, anaphoric versus cataphoric, and last but not least, you need to read all different types of genre or materials. Yay! So we have finished reading and listening. We still have speaking and writing to go. Okay, I take 5. I stop sharing for a while. I take 5.
All
You can
right,
ask me.
that was okay, madam. Okay, that was indeed a very informative sharing. Thank you, madam. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll take a break first, and worry not, the sharing will recommence in a few minutes.
Alah, apa ni? PKPB lagi. SPM pula ditangguhkan. Jenuhlah nak bayar yuran tuition. Pernah dengar tentang tuition percuma? Kami di Akademi YouTuber menyediakan tuition online secara percuma kepada anda semua. Ada prasekolah, sekolah rendah, sekolah menengah, STPM, juga untuk matrikulasi. Percuma je. Jom layari laman sesawang www.academyyoutuber.com.
Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone had a good break. So the advertisement just now was brought to you by Akademi YouTuber Malaysia, e-Didik Malaysia, and Kumpulan Guru Malaysia. So now we have like 503 viewers. So the highest record is 599 viewers. Thank you for still being here. So please continue to stay with us until the end of the webinar. Certificate of attendance will be given after completing the Google form link that will be shared at the end of this webinar. Let's continue with the webinar. Over to you, Madam Audrey.
Okay, so I'm going to share screen again. Okay, before I continue, let's have an open question about reading and listening. Any questions about reading and listening that you want me to answer? Actually, reading and listening are very straightforward, right? Because it's still ABC, objective only. So it should be easier. You want audio files for what? You want the audio files for the MUET sample questions that I showed just now? Okay, can be arranged. Just upload into a Google folder. Or maybe I put it on my blog lah. If I put it on my blog, you can be able to find it better, right? So everybody knows my blog, right? MUET My Way. Yeah. Okay. Right. Any other questions? Okay. So now we're going to go to writing, yeah? So writing, there are 2 parts and it's only 75 minutes per exam. And the 2 things you need to do, okay? Task 1 and task 2. You will be assessed on task fulfillment. What does this mean? Able to fulfill the task, the requirement of the task. They ask you to write an email about a camp. The content must be related to the camp. If the email is about a suggestion for a holiday, you must have proper information related to the task itself. Organization means how do you organize your essay? Either it is an email, a letter, or an academic essay. Yeah. Structure is your sentence style. How many sentences do you know? Do you know in Malay you have ayat what is it? Ayat majmuk, right? And all that. So we have that as well in English, yeah? We call it simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. Can anybody tell me what is Lexis? Lexis? What is Lexis? Lexis is actually your choice of vocabulary. See? So even here it's already noted that in order to improve, you need to improve your fluency, which is your Lexis. Huh? Okay. So let's look at the first one. Yeah. Make it a bit smaller. Make it a bit bigger. Okay, you're advised to spend 25 minutes on this task. Your classmate Armani was absent from school because he was sick. Read the email from him asking about the school English camp that he missed. Okay, so, oh, I missed the English camp. How was the school English camp? I feel very sad that I could not join. Okay, great. I heard that there were lots of fun things to do. All right, can you see this word over here? Fun things. What can you tell me about this word? Remember the first grammar rule? The first grammar rule says that we need to look at the nouns and count the quantity. If it's more than one, we put the S at the back, right? So if you actually write about only one fun thing, depends on what the question wants. If they ask you for two fun things, you need to talk about two. If they say some fun things, you need to talk about more than one. But here it says what is your favorite. So be careful. If you see the fun things, you might be tempted to write a lot. But here they just want you to describe the favorite, which means only one activity. Okay, next one. I also heard campus had to share tents. Did you like it? Yeah, and you must follow the instructions on the side. If they say no, but you say yes, we cannot give you marks, okay? Yeah. I heard too that the school is planning another camp soon and I want to join it. Okay, tell Armani. So you need to answer this and you need to write at least 100 words. Usual question that all students ask me is what happens if they write more? There's no problem if you write more. You can write 100, you can write 200. But I would not suggest that you go higher than 200. Why? Because you only have 25 minutes and then at the end of it, you will make too many mistakes, either in grammar or vocabulary if you write more than this amount of word, okay? So being able to be precise and concise using low frequency words, you will be able to get higher marks, okay? Next one, task number 2 is very, very interesting. Now they go using scenarios. They make questions according to scenarios. So you attended a talk by a famous fashion designer, which was recently organized during your school's career week. So that's the situation and the scenario. And then the following comment was made by the guest speaker. Fashion defines a person's character. Okay, a lot of people ask me, should I write argumentative or should I write discursive? There is no law that says you must write argumentative or you must write discursive. It is entirely up to the student to interpret. What is an argumentative essay? You look at this point and you say, I agree or I disagree. Usually when you disagree 100% or agree 100%, it is more argumentative. That means you argue only for one side of it. You can also interpret it as a discursive essay. Discursive means talking about both sides of the coin. How would it be if you agree and how would it be if you disagree? So when you talk about the pros and the cons, the good and the bad, explaining about the whole concept, this one is called discursive essay. Okay? So teachers, if you're marking, you do not go into the exam, you do not go into the marking thinking there is a set answer. There is no set answer. It's up to the student to write. Again, another question students ask me, what if I write 500 words? What if I write 700 words? There is no limit actually, but you need to pay attention to the time and you need to think of self-penalizing. What does that mean? If you write too much, your grammar will be haywire a little bit. You will have more opportunity to make mistakes in spelling, in capitalization. You will have more errors, okay? So try to reduce. I usually advise my students double the amount is fine, but don't go beyond. So I would cap it at 400 to 500. Okay, because writing 250 is actually very, very short, and you couldn't get a band 4, band 5 if you only write 250, unless you are very brilliant in language. Okay, so those are the 2 writing questions. Yeah, let's go to the point. Okay. Saya anak kipas says, teacher, can you teach us about how to make sentences? That's very good because I have a PowerPoint for that. I have a content for that. Sample answer. Wait, Okay. So I'll teach you about writing sentences in a little while, yeah. Okay? I'm going to make this a bit bigger. It's very unclear, right? Okay. So don't worry so much about the question. I'm just going to show you sample answers. All right? So now I want to tell you that there is a format when we mark these essays. I cannot say for sure whether it is really MPM punya format, but this is my format. And if you follow this format, it's very easy to mark. Okay? Number 1, you need to remember that every answer has 6 different parts. All right? Whether it's an email or a letter, you have 6 different parts. The first one is a salutation or the greetings. Second one is first point, but you must have elaboration. Second point plus elaboration. Third point plus elaboration. Fourth point plus elaboration. These are from the notes on the side. Okay? Then you have a simple closure. And then if you have all 6 parts, the students can be awarded 17 marks and above. Okay? Okay. So the question says, how is life treating you? Well, I'm quite sad. I was not able to go on a class trip. I was not well, so my mother did not allow me to go. How was the trip? And the answer should be fun. Okay, May just told me that you did some fun activities. What were the activities? You see here, activities, they want more than one. The one just now you saw, they only one favorite. So you describe. I also heard that the bus had a puncture. So you need to know that a puncture means your tire was punctured. Did you wait for a long time to get the tire fixed? So the question is, did you wait? The answer is no, because. All right? So you cannot say yes, you have to say no. May just also told me since that the trip was so fun, they are planning to have another one. Do you think you could make time and go with me? And you need to tell Nidya. When you tell Nidya, you can agree or you can disagree, no problem, because it didn't say here yes or no. Okay? Okay, so here you have the address. And let's look whether they have the 6 parts. Salutation, greetings. Yeah, I'm doing well this lately, so the this is not grammatically correct. Okay? That's sad. I hope you're in the pink. The trip was fun. We enjoyed a lot. Yes, we did some activities such as explore the community on bikes. Yeah, it can be a ton of fun to be a tourist in a community. Can you see this one? Cohesive devices. Okay, so you get extra marks for penanda wacana. So make sure you include cohesive devices. We also try to do DIY upcycling project. I like upcycling because it's actually very good low frequency vocabulary. We form a group over and made sustainable toothpaste. This one also I give you extra marks. Yeah. And a recycling organizer. And for the lunch, we were having a picnic in the park. Okay, good. All right. It felt better to relax. And so on. Okay, no, because the bus driver had experience repairing the damage to the bus. Okay, good. So can you see? Every point is there plus the elaboration. Tell Nidya, the 4th point, since I arranged a trip, I will arrange time and date for you to join us this together. Okay, this sentence, although it is trying to answer the question, but do you think an orang putih, right, could speak like this? Do you think an orang putih could speak like this? Yeah, since I arranged the trip, I will arrange time and date for you to join us together. So really not a native speaker sentence, okay? So you cannot give this person band 5, yeah? Maybe next month. That one is cute because it has a question mark and the student knows how to use questions to write, okay? Okay, so What is a compound sentence? Just now, somebody asked me how to improve your sentences. You need to learn to use conjunctions. Yeah? Can everybody Google fanboys? Fanboys. Can you Google fanboys? Go back to here. What is a fanboy? Anybody can Google that? Fanboys. Try to Google. What is fanboys? Try Google images. Very good. Faisal, you're very fast, huh? Congratulations. Are you a TESOL student somewhere? UMS kah? Okay. Awesome. So fanboys are using conjunctions for, and, nor, but, or, yet, or so. And that's how you make your sentences longer. Good job. Okay. Besides fanboys, we also have, yeah, I'll make it a bit bigger, this one. How do I move this one? Okay. You can also use complex sentences, yeah, using sequence connectors or logical connectors. You can also use these words, okay? And then you can use single comma. I will marry you if you gave me £1 million. So, kita kasih terbalik the sentence. If you give me £1 million, comma, I will marry you, yeah? The man I will marry, comma, who is as good looking as Najib, comma, has promised me he will divorce Rosma first. It's just a joke, okay? Okay, so what is the point of this? These are examples of complex sentences. You use sequence connectors, you use sentences that have these, you use sentences with single comma, and you use sentences with double commas. Okay, so you can easily Google complex sentences. Try to Google using Google Images and you can learn much faster. Boleh? Boleh. Okay. So that's how to improve your sentence writing skills. This is what we call structure. Okay? All right. Oops, wrong one. So how many marks would you give this answer? Does this student answer the 6 different things? Yes. Is it very good English? Not very good English because you can still see some problems, right? Yeah. But marking is very subjective lah. For me, I would give this student 17 is the minimum because they answer all parts. I give 18. Then the syntax and the lexis, I give this amount. Okay? Okay. So look at this answer instead. You have the address, you have the date, then you have this answer. And then look at this student. She actually wrote the 3 activities, but 1 activity, 1 paragraph. Do you think this is 100 words? Wow, this student is, although the student answered the question, but this student is too ambitious because you can't write like this for 25 minutes and you're spending too much time writing the different points. Okay, so how many marks can we give this student? Do we give this student 17 as well or is it higher? So we look at this, the choice is definitely higher than 17. They managed to fulfill the task. But this student is not a band 5, yeah, because they cannot answer within 100 words. Okay? Between 100 to 100 words, and you need to be concise and precise, then we would give band 5. So we can still give a high band 4.5, but we can't give band 5 level. But if you look at that language, looking at all her grammar, she has no grammar errors, yeah? And she has very fluent way of expressing herself, okay? So you could give this student quite high over here. So plus minus campur, you get 25 over 30. All right? So what would you say? Keep it short and sweet. Yeah, low frequency is better. Have a lot of expressions saying proverbs and quotes. Make sure you have all 6 parts. If you don't have the 6 parts, you cannot get 17, ya. Kalau soalan dia cakap no because, kamu jawab yes because, tolak markah, you should be somewhere here or here. Okay. Make sure it is the right format. And then make sure you edit for your own grammar errors. All right. Lisa, is it possible to get anybody to read kah? Is it possible?
Boleh.
Oh, you ask Maisara lah. Maisara the moderator kan?
Okay.
You ask my Sarah to read for me. I penat already.
Okay, wait. Let me view it first. Okay. To Nidia, subject awesome class trip. Okay, while you have been under the weather, life has been a bed of roses for me. Our class trip to Echo Gardens last Friday was definitely a fun-filled and action-packed, memorable event for us all. We did some fun activities at the camp, and everyone had a whale of time. We flung ourselves into the challenging activities they prepared for us. Of the three activities sorted out, arts and crafts, and one person, one tree, I found the third one the most meaningful as we each planted a tree. It reminded me of a saying I read somewhere. The best time to plant a tree was yesterday, and the second best time is now. All good things come to an end though, so before we knew it, we were heading home. However, the bus suddenly had a puncture and we came to a screeching halt by the roadside. Fortunately, the tire was fixed in a jiffy as the bus driver was an expert in these things, and we were soon safe and sound at home. News on the grapevine has it that this event was so successful they are already hatching plans for the next one. I sincerely hope you will be as fit as Fidel soon, so you can make time to join me at this camp. It's a wrap. Buzz me soon, your friend Hasniza. Okay, that's all.
Yay, well done. Marvelous job. Thank you, my Sarah. All right. So would you give this students high mark? High marks? Yes or no? How many marks would you give this student? 17 only? Of course not, right? Yeah, look at the phrases and the expressions. Under the weather, a bed of roses. Instead of saying a fun event, a fun-filled and action-packed event. Instead of saying everyone had fun, everyone had a whale of a time. Yeah? Of the three activities, can you see this is a complex sentence using double dashes? Okay, double dashes. You can put the examples in the middle. And then the student also has a proverb. The best time to plant a tree was yesterday, and the second best time is now. Another expression, all good things come to an end. Yeah? You see there is however, okay? So you have some example of cohesive devices, unfortunately. And then some expressions like safe and sound, in a jiffy, news on a grapevine, hatching plans, and as fit as a fiddle, and it's a wrap. Buzz me soon. Yay! So this is what we call a 5.5 band essay. Ta-da! Okay. So what is your confidence level? Everybody, give me a smiley face if you're confident enough to write like this. Give me a smiley face if you're confident enough to write like this. Yeah, Sheila gives 26 only. Yeah, Kedekut also see Sheila. It's actually a 28, 29, 30 essay already. It's already very, very good, this essay. Everybody still here? Give me a smiley face. If you're confident, you can write like this. Tiada orang berani kah? Aduh. Okay, what makes a good essay? Short and sweet. Lagi? Give me some tips. Short and sweet. Add some proverbs. Okay, Nurul Natasha, Madam, doakan. Okay. Only 2 smiles, Marcella. Okay. Good. Donnie, well done. Virtual hug, Rachel. All right. So if you are confident enough to write like that, you can only increase your confidence by improving your vocabulary, kan? That's why I spent 1 whole hour trying to improve your vocabulary and your accuracy. Yeah? Yes. Low frequency words, proverbs, expressions. What else? No grammar errors. That is what we're looking for. And we don't want it too long, yeah? 100 to 200 words cukup. Okay, any other questions before I continue to task 2? Cikgu Lisa so cute, ada flower again. No questions? Can I move on to task 2? Thumbs up if you're okay. Single thumbs up, double thumbs up. Okay. Yes, you can, Faisal, because this is an email or a letter. In a jiffy is allowed. Yeah, but don't use bad words, yeah? Yeah. No questions, Happy Sunshine? Excellent. How many people are watching now? How do I know? Still 500 plus?
Right now 418.
I drop already, pengsan they all, too heavy. Okay, now I want to ask you a question. Social media has affected people's lives negatively. So how do we tackle a question like this? I cannot comment. Biasanya I can comment. Today I can't comment. So we go back to this one and I just read it for you. Social media has affected the lives of people negatively. Okay, you attended a talk by a YouTuber which was recently organized during your school's IT fair. The following comment was made by one of the participants in the talk. Okay, so what do you do when you see a question? The first thing that you do is you need to highlight the keyword. The keyword that will make or break the case. Yeah, make or break the case means this word, negatively. This is the word that makes the issue relevant. Okay, so the first thing you do is you highlight the most important word, and then later you need to think of 3 points. So I do the work for you. Yeah, I show you the 3 points. How is it affected your life negatively? Number 1, online scams and fraud. Okay, number 2, mental health problems. Some students kan dia tak boleh fikir begini. Dia punya 3 points begini. Cyberbullying, ya, gaming addiction, lepas tu reduce social skills. Itu saja dia punya 3 points. But if you want to get band 5, you need to think above and beyond, outside the box. Okay, make the box into a circle. Okay, jadi macam Squid Games pula. Make the circle into a triangle. Barulah out of the box. Alright. So, anybody knows what is dark web content? I go back here. I want to see the comment. Okay. Anybody can tell me about the negative effect of dark web? Yeah? Dark web. If you're band 5, you can explain to me what is the dark web. Band 5? Dark web? If you don't know what is dark web, you can Google. Emotional damage caused by what? You know, the dark web is where they use the Bitcoin, yeah, and they do very bad things in the internet, right? They have a discussion, they have forum about killing people, about hackers. Very good, PP. Hackers, they can even buy and sell humans, prostitution, pornography, apa lagi? They can buy and sell weapons, yeah? So you can see how social media can be used underground to do unauthorized illegal activities. Okay, good. So if you're band 6, your points must be very, very excellent, very out of this world. Okay. If you disagree, you say, no, it doesn't affect people's lives negatively. In fact, it is very positive. It can increase knowledge. It can increase networking and communication. And you can even do business. It's a platform for online business. All right. So here are the points, and you can make it an argumentative essay, means you argue to agree or you argue to disagree. You can also make it a discursive essay where you can have both sides of the coin. You discuss both sides of the coin. All right? We'll come back to that later. So what are the tips? Find the keyword that will change the meaning of the content. Yeah? Then you need to have 3 points to agree and 3 points to disagree. So there are various ways of organizing your format. So you have intro, agree 1, agree 2, agree 3, conclusion. Intro, disagree 1, disagree 2, disagree 3, conclusion. Then you have partially. You can have 5 paragraphs also in agree 1, agree 2, and then something about disagree. Or you can have disagree 1, disagree 2, and then something about agree. You can also write 6 paragraphs. Nobody can stop you. If you like to write 6, you can write 8, you can write 10, but I don't suggest. Maximum should be 6 lah. Intro, agree 1, agree 2, then only disagree 1, disagree 2, then conclusion. Or you can have intro and then you selang-seli, agree 1, disagree 1, agree 2, disagree 2, then conclusion. But if you want to get very high band, wow, this one is for band 5.5. You need to learn to agree and disagree within the same sentence. Can you imagine that? Can you agree and disagree within the same paragraph? Yeah, that's a very high band format. Okay, so when you are doing brainstorming, you need to have at least 5 minutes, Make down a random list of facts and stats, some expressions, some proverbs. Remember I said the proverbs, right, doesn't need to be from the ones that you memorize, okay? It can also be from quotes from famous singers, quotes from Einstein, depends on what you memorize, okay? And then at the end, you try to write a recommendation in the essay, and what can you do and what can the authorities do, okay? So it's very important for you to have a brainstorming. And at the end of it, you need to check your grammar, because if you keep making silly grammar mistakes, then you will have a lot of problems, okay? Okay. So let me show you an example of a high band. My Sarah, can you read again, my Sarah? Or Lisa, can you
Okay.
ask someone else to read? Anyone wants to read, can read.
Let me read it.
Okay.
Okay, this question from Christina. For writing and speaking, the question will be related with what's going on now, or it can be anything. Could you please
Anything, yeah.
enlighten us?
Anything. Basically, everybody, there's no way to spot the question. Most of the time, the questions will be about current issues, but it could be anything, There's one time the questions were even related to sex education. Then the students all couldn't answer because they're so nervous about the topic. Okay? All right. My Sarah, can you read or somebody else can read? This is a combination.
Okay, band 5 sample. First and foremost, I believe that social media is a double-edged sword because it can impact the user's life in both a positive and a negative way in terms of online business. Topic sentence. If it is used to scam people and to steal their identities, it will definitely cause fraud to happen to people, and they may even lose a lot of money, which could destroy their lives and make them bankrupt. Reasons. Nevertheless, when the social media is used properly as a useful platform for online businesses, it will be no surprise that businesses will boom and impact people's lives positively. Elaboration. For instance, more and more big companies are moving to Instagram and WhatsApp to do business online by providing online solutions like catalogs and quick payment apps like Alipay, QR Pay, as well getting influencers to be the brand ambassadors. Number 3, concrete examples. Therefore, in terms of online business, it has both positive and negative impact to the people depending on how they use the social media, either for their benefit or to scam other users. 4,
Yay.
concluding sentence. Topic sentence A and title. Okay, that's all.
Yay, brilliant, brilliant. If I have you to assist me all the time, I'll be very impressed. Yeah, your reading skills very good, very clear and concise. Okay. All right. So topic sentence number 1, can you see? Yeah, it's actually talking about positive and negative ways. You are like debating yourself in this one paragraph. So the first part here is, the reason why it is negative, and nevertheless, namun demikian. Then the second part here is why it could be positive. Then you have the concrete examples, right? Where are the concrete examples? Instagram, WhatsApp, Alipay, QR Pay. Yeah. So things that people can actually name and they can imagine. Okay, because it really exists. And then when you have a concluding sentence, it says therefore, yeah, in terms of online business, then you can have both the negative and the positive. In fact, depends on how you use it, either to benefit or to scam users. Okay, so the conclusion must be the topic sentence, which is online business, and link it to the negative impact. You see? So this is a very high level, 5+ punya level. If you cannot do this level kan, tak apalah, no problem. Yeah, this is a very high level one. The easiest way to pass is 100% agree. Paling senang sudah tu. Yeah, if you want to disagree, 100% disagree, you need to be a little bit careful. Yeah, for example here, right, you see, here it says laziness is the main cause of obesity. You tak boleh cakap 3 poin yang berasingan. You mesti relate balik kepada laziness. Kenapa laziness itu bukan isu? It's not laziness, but it is. It's unrelated to laziness, but it is instead. And it is little to do with laziness rather than it is, and so on. Jadi bila kamu disagree kan, dia susah sikit. It's a little bit harder. Because you need to prove why it is not laziness. You tak boleh masuk point baru without referring to laziness. So I would always suggest that if you're not very confident with the topic, it's much easier to just agree. If you're more confident, try to do disagree. And if you're super duper confident, you try and do partially. Partially ni banyak cara dia. Okay? Okay. There's no right or wrong answer because the students who write, is up to them to interpret. Yeah. So if one student does argumentative and the other student does discursive, it's really not a problem. Okay? Let's look at the sample answer. In this technology-driven millennium, social media has become a major part of our lives. This is because social media is being used by everyone, all ages, such as children, teenagers, and even adults. Okay? Okay, it is often said and believed that social media gives more advantages than disadvantages. However, social media can actually be harmful and can negatively affect people's lives. People who use social media obsessively can be damaging to themselves and their lives. With that being said, using social media can negatively affect people's lives by, and then you see, point number 1, cyberbullying. Point number 2, lack of social skills, face-to-face conversations. And point number 3, it causes depression and anxiety. So this student is quite clear about her 3 points. Okay, of course, it is not about dark web or anything else. That's really high level punya critical thinking points. But the points that she has are still quite good already. Okay. Okay. So does it follow the format? If you have a question, somebody.
I think there is one question from Happy Sunshine.
Okay.
Can we score high mark if we 100% agree?
Can, for sure. If your fluency is very good, that means your vocabulary is really good. And if your accuracy is perfect, there's no problem if you write 3 points to agree. Yeah. Because you're only required to write 250 words. Actually, even if you agree, you can get very high marks if the quality of your writing is very good and your ideas are outstanding. Okay? Okay, you just shout out the questions because I can't see the chat anymore.
Okay, another question from Azzi Fikri. Is there any extra tips on how we can write a bombastic introduction?
Okay, bombastic introduction. All right, you see over here, this one is called hook. Okay, so what is a hook in Malay? Is a mata kail, right? It's actually to attract your audience. Yeah, so when I was writing my book, I asked myself, how can I get the students to write better introductions? In fact, my entire book explains how to write how to write an essay from start to finish. All right, let me try and find it for a second. Tips for reading essay, spotlight on grammar. My way book. Okay, so this is me advertising. Go and buy my book. When you write a good book, write a book. When you write a good essay, you need three things: a hook, a stand, and a thesis statement. Okay? So what is a hook? You need to use different techniques. All right. If you look at my book, right, I use two different topics. These two different topics. And then I give you how to start the essay. Instead of saying nowadays, bangas already, the word nowadays, you can actually start with facts or statistics. So I give you two examples here, and then I explain it over here. You can also start with a story, yeah? Okay, so you talk about the twins. One stays in the city, one stays in the village. The one in the city is obese, the one in the village is slim, but they are twins. Genetically, they are the same. So there is a story style. Next, you have questions. You can actually ask questions. Ask three different questions. Then only you make a comment about the questions. This is a good technique to start. Yeah, can money buy happiness? More importantly, can money alone buy happiness? Is happiness something that can even be bought with dollars and cents? See, you can start an essay with questions. You can start an essay with examples. Maggi mee, fried chicken, pizza loaded with mozzarella cheese. These are examples of fast food. Yeah, is it causing obesity? You can start with quotes and proverbs. Some people eat to live while some live to eat. You can also start with a imagination. What if the majority of humans on this earth were categorized as obese? Yeah? Okay. So this is a very good way of starting, and the conclusion is you can use facts and stats, narrative, questions, examples, quotes, proverbs, imagination, or contrast, rather than you use nowadays. Okay, so this is what is known as a hook. Yeah, attention grabber or hook. Good question. Any other questions before I continue? So you see this student
a
has...
question. This is from Nurul Ain Hafiz, I think. Okay, what band we get if we just use simple sentence in writing?
Okay, you write simple sentences, but you have good organization. Your points are basic, but you tried your best, right? So this is when we look at the table. Let me show you the table. Yeah. If you have answered everything, okay, you can get somewhere here. 40 marks for fulfillment. Yeah. And 40 marks for your grammar and language. So basically, if you make a lot of grammar errors and if your fluency, your vocabulary is very, very basic, you will be somewhere here saja. Okay? That's how many marks you can get lah. Yeah. Either you are mid, low, or high. Task fulfillment means the quality of your points. Okay? Okay. So you can still pass, no problem. Pass is 3, 3.5. Yeah, good is 4, 4.5, and then 5, 5.5 is actually like orang putih style. This one, band 1, band 2, this one is alien, okay? Alien who can't speak English, totally almost zero English. So again, you ask me, can you get 0 band 1? I guarantee you 99.9% 0 band 1. Unless they are alien. Any more questions?
Okay, another question coming in from Marina Mujad. For the saying or quote, should we credit it to the owner, or we can just say that we read it some way?
Yes, you can say, according to a saying that I heard, according to a popular saying. If you cannot really remember who is it from, no problem. But if you can remember, you say, according to Bruno Mars, yeah, according to Einstein, boleh lah. But if there's no according to, no problem. Just say the phrase and try to relate it. Okay? Okay, so now you see, this student has, yeah, a hook, okay? This student has a stand, and then after that, this student has the 3 points. This is what we call thesis statement, okay? And inside the thesis statement, you can see that there are 3 points. Boleh, you see? Even this student, 3 point to agree saja pun dia boleh dapat markah tinggi juga because they are well explained, elaborated, and justified. Okay, so the format is important. Try to remember. This is what we call topic sentence. First and foremost, social media such as Instagram and Twitter causes cyberbullying. Jadi this is the topic sentence. This is the explanation. This is because, yeah, this will ultimately blah, 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 explanation. After that, you have examples. For example, okay, Look at this. A teenager who is cyberbullied receives offensive comments about themselves. Thus, this will take a toll on their mental health, blah, blah, blah. For me, although this student was trying to give example, but actually this is not an example, isn't it? This is more explanation. So if you want to give a concrete example, who would you give as a person who kena cyberbully? Do you know anybody recently? You remember the gymnast for the Olympics, Farah? Yeah, she actually represented Malaysia to the Olympics in Tokyo, isn't it? But if you look at her social media and everybody trying to put her down for her dressing, isn't it? They're telling everyone that she's too sexy. Yeah, there's also a person in Kelantan who told her that she's a keling, I think. It's very degrading, isn't it? Racist. So being cyberbullied, right, will cause a lot of harm. Okay. See how social media can cause cyberbullying. So for me, I would put there the girl's name. Or you just say there is a badminton player who was called Keling, and Farah was embarrassed about Farah was made fun of with the sexy clothes that she wears for her gymnastics. Siapa lagi? How about Sally? Yeah, they commit suicide. Oh, see? Okay? So you need to have concrete examples. And the last part is that you need to have a concluding sentence. All right? In short, social media affects people's lives negatively. This is the topic, tajuk besar, and then you need to combine it with the tajuk kecil, cyberbullying. Then your concluding sentence is correct. Most of my students, dia punya problem, biggest problem is this one. Dia punya concluding sentence lain-lain, tiada kaitan. So try to focus. You need to combine the big topic with the small topic. Okay? So it says here, combine the sentence A with the essay title. Okay. All right. Another thing that I want to teach you is how to control the power of your language. Yeah. So if you say people do not socialize amongst each other, yeah, especially if in the same room, how do you know that every person in the same room do not socialize? How do you know? Everybody. You cannot use strong phrases. So you need to change to often, yeah, may likely, will likely, it is possible. So use sentences like this one. Usually do not socialize, may not be very sociable, most likely to not be sociable. Ya, jangan kamu buat ayat yang terlalu kuat lah. This one, the strength of the sentence is too long and it will make it unbelievable, and it's called a sweeping statement. Okay? This person always used to, for example, very low class, change to illustrate. Yeah. How do you know you do not communicate? You do not spend time. Are you sure? And again, the same problem for this student. Dia punya example tu is just more explanation. It's not really a concrete example. See, when I mark essay, I tulis sana, where is the concrete example? Have you done it before in your own family gathering? You sit there with your brothers and sisters and you play PUBG instead of talking to your parents and your grandparents. You put there lah as your example. Okay. Okay, in short, change to ergo, obsessively using social media negatively, will cause them to have lesser interaction. So this is a good conclusion. So what is a good conclusion again? You need to have the topic sentence plus with the title. Baru ngam. Okay? And lastly, and then the third point, prone to depression and anxiety. This prone to, I like the word prone because this is a very low frequency word. I will give bonus marks for this one. And then the explanation, okay? And then every time using, for instance, for example, change, use better quality one as an exemplification, all right? You see, the control the quality of the strength of the sentence will often feel depressed. Tidak semestinya everybody will feel depressed, right? So this is a good way to control it, will often feel depressed. Okay? Okay, in short, in essence, and then the conclusion. See the conclusion? To recapitulate is better than in conclusion. So if you look at her phrases that she uses, quality of her phrases kan, phrases is this one Lexis dia tidak begitu tinggi, somewhere here. 3.5 saja. Dia punya grammar dia and sentence structure dia cantik. Yeah. But her quality of vocabulary not so high. So you don't want to give too low. You shouldn't give her 3. You should give her somewhere between here and here lah. Okay. Is it the essay well organized? Actually, it's quite well organized. So you can give her somewhere low band 4, somewhere here. So again, giving marks is very subjective. Different teachers have different way of giving marks. But if you look at the whole essay, you ask yourself, did she answer the question? Yes, because her 3 points are very related. Did she explain using good elaboration and concrete examples? Yes, but not like a native speaker. So you cannot give band 5. Okay? Did she make grammar mistakes and was her choice of vocabulary very good? It was not bad, yeah. Some of it were repetitive, not very good, yeah, but it wasn't bad. In conclusion, it's still a way of concluding. So you can't give this one lah. This one is not good because a very basic vocabulary. So how many marks would you give this student? Would you give her a band 4 or a band 3.5? Or band 4.5. So again, I want to explain to you that my school, this one semua tiada. My school, all the students here until here. Brilliant. And I have 6 students that reach this level. Canggih. And I don't mind they didn't reach this one because this one is like orang putih level. Yay. So how many marks would you give this student? Just give a wild guess. Would you give this student middle band 4? Maybe I would give somewhere there. Okay? Maybe 40 marks or 45 marks. Yeah, between band 4 and band 4.5. Okay, finish. Now we have speaking left. We have 20 minutes for speaking. Band 4, band 4.5. Good.
Actually, we have some questions.
Yeah, we answer question first.
Okay. This
Brian
is from
Robert.
Are you going to read or me, Richard?
You read lah. You read. I answer.
Okay. Okay, this is from Sky. My teacher told me I have the potential to get band 5, but she said I need to lessen my grammatical errors. Did teacher have any tips to improve my grammar for writing?
Yes. Number 1, go and learn my grammar formula. Number 2, you need to go and buy my grammar book, my MUET My Way book, because the first chapter is all about grammar. Number 3, if you don't want to buy the book, it's okay. You go to Coursera, Cousera, and you can download free courses. Coursera, Coursera. You can download any free courses from planting, agriculture to Excel. You can also do English proficiency. Okay, so you need to go and improve your grammar. All right, but the fastest way is the grammar section in my new book. Yay!
Okay.
Sky said
Related to your book, another student or participant said, where can I buy the book? Okay.
you go to Shopee and then you type MUET My Way. It will come out instantly. Apa lagi? Like promotion saja.
Okay, next. Zuli Happy. Madam, when we not use our idiom, how much marks we get? I think this student is saying...
When you use or when you don't use? When you don't use, if you don't use the idioms, yeah, you just won't get higher marks for your Lexis lah. Your Lexis is your vocabulary. Yeah, but you try to put more lah so that people will know that you are very fluent in the language. Okay, what else? I saw Brian had one question about contraction. The contraction one, you're not allowed to use contraction unless it is the letter or the email lah. Letter and email, you can be less formal, but in the essay, academic essay, cannot. Okay? Yeah,
Okay,
that's one. Contractions. Contractions
from
are like
Rachel.
don't and can't. If you
Okay,
want to enter
question
a
from
good university,
Michael. Madam, can you hear
yeah,
me?
you read.
Okay.
Yeah.
From Rachel, what band we should at least get if we want to enter good university?
Okay, if you want to enter the university, band 3 also you can enter already. It doesn't really matter what you get, but to graduate, that's the difference. Yeah, if you want to take a TESOL course, you need band 4 to enter, band 5 to exit. Okay, that means you need to graduate with a band 5 at least. But for all the other courses, I think you only need high bands for medicine, for psychiatry, for international relations, for law. Yeah, and all the science based lah, chemical engineering and all that, you need band 4 and above. Okay, do we have time for speaking or not? Mau habis masa already this.
I think we can move on to the next part. Last one.
Okay, for speaking I just give a little bit only lah. Any other questions?
You can keep your question
more
because at
questions?
the end of this seminar, at the end of this webinar, we'll have Q&A session. Okay, there is
we
one
have
question coming
just a
in.
little bit input. Okay, what is it?
Okay, for close-ended question in part 2 that asks us to justify the advantages of something, do we have to strictly only talk about the advantages, or can we also include some disadvantages or contradictions?
Okay, I would advise you, if you're very comfortable with the language, please always, include some advantages and contradictions, because it shows very high level of critical thinking skills. All right, I show you one example. You see this one? Where is it? Okay. For example, smoking should be banned as it is a hazard to mankind. Okay. So if you're very comfortable with agree, you just write 5 paragraphs. First reason, is bad for our health. Second reason, waste of money. Third reason is bad for the environment. All right, very straightforward essay. You can get high marks, but not necessarily you can get very, very high lah. Then you disagree, you said no, it shouldn't be banned, because look at Malaysia, we never ban our smoking, right? Why we don't ban it? Because it is profitable for the people who sell it. Another one, it is good for our economy. Okay, and then the tax that is collected can be used to upgrade the infrastructure. So if you're very good in English, you can actually go to this part, which is, you agree and disagree at the same paragraph. See, at the forefront, it is clear that smoking is a health hazard to mankind, even though there are cases where, some smokers can live healthily into their old age, isn't it? Some people die because of smoking. Some grandmothers, grandfathers can smoke until they are 80, 90 years old. This is another one. Okay, it should be banned because it was waste of money. But if you look at the bigger picture, conversely, if you look at the bigger picture, it stimulates the economy and increases profit due to high sales. You see how you can agree and disagree with yourself within the paragraph. All right, and the last one is talking about the right to choose. Maybe you can say it causes pollution, but there's a lot of other reasons why pollutions occur, such as the smoke from the factory and also the vehicles, which is more than the smoke from cigarettes. Okay, so it all depends on how you argue. How to plan and brainstorm ideas. There, I show you just now this thing. When you start your essay, the first thing that you do is you highlight where is the main word that will make or break the case. The second thing you do is you come up with 3 points for agree and 3 points for disagree. The third thing that you do is you decide how you want to organize your essay. The fourth thing you need to do is you make a list of your statistics and your facts, or your proverbs, expressions, idioms, and so on. And the last thing you do is prepare a recommendation. This one, all you can do, you must do within 5 minutes. That is how you brainstorm.
Actually, there are a few questions, but do you still want to answer first or you want to continue on the speaking part?
I think we go to speaking for a little while, yeah. Okay, because I only have 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes for speaking. Okay, we do speaking for a few minutes. Number 1, I've already shown you this one, right? So this one just tells you that you need to memorize better phrases. Okay, so go and memorize the better phrases. Number 2, if you want to have a good individual speech, okay, you need to start with greetings. Yeah, I even give you different choices, so you just memorize one. To the students yang selalu lupa S di belakang, dia sebut examiner and candidate, tapi tiada S di belakang, janganlah hafal this one. Try to memorize different one like good morning one and all, or top of the morning to everyone. Cantik lagi if you memorize the better quality. So you just choose your favorite one. For example, you choose this one, okay? Or you don't like this one, you choose this one. Okay? So make sure number 1, you have greetings. Number 2, you have opinions. Yeah, so many different choices. Number 3 is your first point. Jangan lagi pilih yang this one lah because bangas already. So change to for starters or to begin with. Cantik lagi daripada you say firstly. Then you have reasons and elaboration, examples. Okay, don't say this one anymore. Change to moving on to my next point or another point to ponder. Okay. So if you follow this format, you can speak for 2 minutes very, very easily. Extremely easily. Here are more tips, yeah. Before you start, if you want to ask for clarification, maybe they will just explain to you, yeah. Remember eye contact. Okay, you need to smile. So your eyes also must twinkle, twinkle, little star, especially now. Yeah, you sit very far, from the examiner, 1 meter away, Yeah, so you need to have eye contact. You can use your hands for emphasis, yeah. Sit up straight, speak loudly and clearly because you're 1 meter away, very far away already because of the COVID. If you can crack a joke, you can definitely make them laugh. They will love it. Yeah, for example, everybody must be very brave. Yeah, such as me. I'm brave to tell everyone that I am the most beautiful girl in the world. Ha 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 ha. Then you laugh by yourself. Kan tidak apa. Because examiners will smile and then they will give you some extra marks lah because you can crack a joke. You're confident enough. Okay, when others are talking, you nod your head. Listen attentively. If you want to interrupt them, make sure you are polite. Okay, don't forget to smile. Yeah. So here is a sample. Okay, this one is what I want to teach you. Right now, the new format is a little bit different, yeah? Okay, so you're given 3 minutes to prepare. So what you need to do during the 3 minutes, if I can just explain to you very quickly, is you need to, okay, we look at the instruction again. It says, some ideas have been provided in the mind map below. You may use these ideas or, this is the one that I want you to remember, come up with your own ideas. If you want to get high band 4, band 5, you need to have your own ideas. Okay? So the first thing that you do when you see the question, I make it a bit smaller. The first thing that you do when you see this question is you're going to write your 6th point. Okay? What factors affect the popularity of a university? Cost of the courses. Maybe this one is the cost of living. Cost of living. So this is the 6th point. Why? Because the question says that you can use some of the ideas. These are the 5 ideas given. But if you want to get extra marks, you're going to use your own idea. So this one, the red color one, is your own idea. The second thing that you do is you do ranking. For you, which is the most important that affects the popularity of a university? For me, I think the most important one is the track record. Yeah, I would rather go to University Malaya rather than a university that has no track record. I want to go to a famous university, yeah, because the academic is proven. So the second one, I think location is very important. Okay. The third one is the cost of the course. The fourth one is the resources. Do they have a good library? Do they have a good laboratory? Then the fifth one is maybe the cost of living. Mahal or not? Okay, to live there. Then the sixth one is like this. Okay, can you see? Now you have done the ranking, right? You can write your notes. So which one do you write your notes first? Number one, you write for this one. Why this is the best point. Number two, you actually write why this is the last point. 3 point. Buat dia punya cakar-cakar sini. You write your notes here. So basically you write for number 1, you write for number 6, and if you have more time, you write for number 2. So I'm going to change this. 6. 162. Okay? So this is the formula. Why number 6 is the least favorite choice. Okay, so do you understand what I'm trying to say? You only have how many minutes? 3 minutes saja, you know? And you need to decide, okay? What is the new point? Point number 6. And then after that, you do ranking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lepas tu, you buat nota for number 1. Why is it the best one? You buat nota for number 6. Why is it the worst one? If you still have time, you buat nota for number 2. That's why the formula is 162. Okay. So these are the samples. If we do a speaking workshop, then we go through the samples. Yeah. And in my book, you can actually find all the phrases that you can use for agreeing. So the language keeps changing, but the skill is the same. You need to learn to agree, to disagree, to interrupt, to question. Yeah. To counter argue is the most important one. Yeah, you need to listen to your friends first. Ini yang paling susah untuk diajar, untuk dibelajar. You need to agree with your friend and give a reason. Baru you can masuk your point. However, you need to say, yes, you have a point because you need to comment about your friend's point. Then only you can talk about your own ideas. Yeah. So this one, counter argument, this is the hardest thing but the most important thing to teach. Okay. For very kindergarten level, mari saya kasih besar sikit. For very kindergarten level, you say we all agree. For high level, you say it is unanimous. Sebutan dia cantik tu. It is unanimous. Most of us agree, 3 people. It is an almost unanimous decision. Okay, 2 against 2, our camp is divided. We are unable to agree. Okay, if all of you are donkeys, don't want to agree, then you say lah, we are still undecided. Sometimes you can combine the points. If you want to combine the points, you say it is a synergy of the points. Okay, why? Because you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. All right. And if you go through the book, I'm going to change this one. Okay. If you go through the book, I even have a template for you lah. You can use the template and just fill in the points, but the language is there for you to do. All right. So this is a presentation style. This is not workshop style. If workshop style, I will ask you to actually do it with me together. But because we don't have enough time, I just show you what you need to do. Okay. Recap. Number 1, learn the phrases, hafal, memorize, and use. Number 2, this one will help you to speak confidently for 2 minutes. Okay. Number 3, when you reach the task 2, you need to be able to think of your own idea. And then you need to be able to write notes for ranking number 1, ranking number 6, and ranking number 2. It goes very fast, 3 minutes over, and then you have to start talking. When you start talking now, you're not allowed to copy notes, okay? You just have to listen carefully. All right? Okay, and then the last thing that you need to know is you need to memorize the phrases, especially counter arguing. Okay, habis. That is the fastest I've ever done for speaking. I open the floor to questions.
Okay, thank you, Madam Audrey, for the wonderful sharing just now. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we'll be having a Q&A session for after the sharing given by Madam Audrey. So feel free to ask your question in the chat box, and you can mention your name and also school. Okay. While waiting, let's watch an advertisement from Academy YouTuber first. Okay.
Berita baik untuk semua. Kini Akademi YouTuber memperkenalkan sistem mata gancaran kredit Ayu untuk dikumpul. Jom ikuti kelas tuition live Ayu untuk mengumpul kredit Ayu dan berpeluang menebus hadiah-hadiah yang menarik. Hadiah bernilai lebih RM10,000 disediakan secara percuma untuk pelajar seluruh Malaysia. Apa tunggu lagi? Tebus ganjaran hebat ini sekarang. Layari www.academyyoutuber.com untuk maklumat lanjut.
Okay, we can see some questions in from the chat box. So the question is from you, Frasia Wajah. For speaking part, can we mix American accent with British accent?
Better to use British accent than American accent, because American accent sounds very informal. It's not wrong, but try not to mix. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, next question. Okay, Pai. How to use have been, had been, and has been? Madam, you there?
I can't hear anything. Did you ask a question? Which one is it? How to use have been, had been, and has been. Okay, I already showed it just now, but we just go recap balik to spotlight on grammar. See? If you use been, that means it is ayat songsang. Okay? So he has planted the tree has been planted by him. If it happened yesterday, they had planted the trees had been planted by them yesterday. Okay? So you remember that been is actually songsang. Someone planted the tree and the tree has been planted. Begitulah. Next.
Okay, next, Eva. Hello, madam. My name is Eva from SMK Muara Tuang Kota Samaran, Sarawak. I want to ask how to keep cool while speaking in front of examiner. I feel nervous, actually.
Okay, so number one, you need to write as many notes as possible. Focus on your notes. And if you're talking and you want to look in their, for eye contact, don't look into their eyes, you look into the forehead. Just look at their forehead when you're talking so that you don't really look at them, but it looks like you're looking at them, okay? If you're nervous, don't hold the paper, put your hands on the table, yeah? And then you can use your hand a little bit to express yourself. More importantly, if you have more preparation, more notes, you will speak more confidently, all right?
Okay, a question from Christina. What if our contents is exactly the same with other candidates? Do our mark will be reduced?
No. Doesn't matter what content you have. This is a language examination. We are going to mark you mostly for language. Okay, so it's okay if you have the same content. Everybody explains it in a different way. The most important part is you must have concrete examples. Yeah, you use real name of people, of places, yeah, real events to justify your points, and make sure at the end of every body paragraph you have a concluding sentence. Try to be organized, try to have very good accuracy, which is your grammar, and very wonderful, excellent fluency, which is your vocabulary.
Okay. Next, Zafar Alia, how to organize our main points in speaking part 1 and 2. Sometimes students use examples as the main points.
For speaking part 1, they just need to learn to brainstorm 3 main points. Yeah, train them to have introduction and 3 points. And for every point, go through the topic sentence, the body, which is the reasons and examples, finally a concluding sentence. If you always train them to do that, they will be better able to explain. Actually, I have a pyramid. Wait, I don't know if I can find the pyramid. Never mind. Ask the next question. And there's no problem using examples as the main point. It's up to the students how they want to justify. Okay. So if they use example, don't get angry with them lah. No problem actually.
Okay, next, Nurul Ain Hafiz. Madam, how if all the group is out of the topic on the group discussing, I believe discussion, the examiner will correct us?
No, the examiner will never correct you. The examiner will just listen and write notes. And even if you're out of topic, don't worry, because content is just one part of the marks. Most of the marks comes from the language, from your confidence, your ability to interact with other students, which is your communication skills. So even if you're out of topic, we will still be able to give you marks for the quality of your language. So don't panic. There is no right or wrong answer in speaking, because every answer, as long as it is well justified, Besides, every person will be given marks individually. Yeah, you won't get the same mark as your friend for the discussion.
Okay, next from Wan Muhammad Faisal. During speaking tests, if we cannot cooperate well with other candidates, like always argue with each other's point and cannot come with a conclusion, do our marks will be deducted?
Okay, the question is, will our marks be deducted? And the answer is no, because in real life situation, not every conversation will have a conclusion. So to argue with each other, that it actually shows critical thinking skills, because you're not easily influenced by your friend and you have your own point of view, and you might be very confident and stick to your own point of view. So you need to try to find a way to express your views without being rude. Yeah, as long as you're not rude and you try to have a logical explanation for your own points, it's okay if you do not agree. That's why when I showed you the examples just now, yeah, there's also one example about how to conclude if none of you agree. Okay? Yeah, just try your best to agree. Gaduh di luar tidak apa-apa. You just pretend to agree lah. Yeah, use your surroundings as your simple example. Hi, Susilawati. Nice to see you.
Okay, examiner
What
judge based on what? Sorry. Okay, can I read?
Can. Go ahead.
Okay, examiner judge based on what in speaking exam?
Yeah, they look at different things. Of course, they look at your content. They also look at your language. Okay. And they look at your organization, how you organize your speech. That's why I showed you just now. First, you have greetings, then you talk about the topic, then you have the first point, elaboration. So if you are well organized, with good accuracy, good fluency, you put in some proverbs, you will get very high marks. Okay. Only for the discussion, there is an extra category there for you to get marks for managing your discussion or your communicative ability during the discussion. That's why you have to listen carefully. Some students, they're busy talking, they're busy thinking of what they want to say, but they never listen to their friends. That's why I told you counter arguing is the hardest skill to learn and the hardest skill to practice, because most of the students will be busy thinking of what they want to say. They didn't really listen to their friends, and therefore they cannot comment on what the friends said before they introduce their own points. So remember that counter arguing is very, very important. Hi, Noliza.
Okay, another question from the same participant, I think, Christina. For group discussion, when other candidates are talking, can we write down their ideas so that we can use it when it comes to our turn?
I think the new format now is that after the preparation time, you're not allowed to write anymore. Yeah, that's what I heard. But I haven't actually been in the exam because I'm no longer an examiner. I retired already. But I heard that you're not allowed to write anymore after the preparation time. So you have to just make a mental note. Okay?
Okay, next question. How other candidates should help the weak
Wow,
candidates
this
to
live
speak
is
their
more than 3
point
hours
during
already.
their
I'm actually
speaking
very,
test?
very impressed and very grateful to have such an audience.
I think I have slow internet connection right here. Can you hear me?
Shall I answer that? Rowena's question? Okay? All right, so answer the question. How can you help the weak candidates? You need to ask them questions. How about you? What do you think, candidate B, if the candidate didn't say much, right? Or you can help the candidate by rephrasing what they said. So candidate say, I think, like that, right? So you just interrupt, excuse me, what I think you're trying to say is, and then you try to summarize what the weak student is trying to say. So never let the poor weak student go, that's very cruel, okay? And it shows that you didn't try to have good teamwork. Yeah. So try to anticipate what your friend is saying, make a summary of it, and then if you can help them, you will actually get higher marks for your ability to communicate in discussion. Okay?
Okay, since I think we are running out of time, do you still to continue answering the questions,
Yeah, it's up to
madam?
you. If you want another more 5 minutes, I don't mind.
I don't mind to actually. Okay, next
But
question,
Mr. Robert
Raffles
is there.
Said. The question is, do we wear face masks during the speaking test? I'm afraid that when I try to speak out my point, the examiners and friends cannot hear me clearly.
Okay, I think the answer to that is no face mask required in the speaking test because all candidates are sitting 1 meter apart. Okay? But it depends on the examiner. If they feel that you don't look healthy, they might force you to wear the mask. All right, I think that's it for today.
Yeah, thank you,
I'd like
Madam
to
Adri,
record.
for Okay, thank you, Madam Audrey, for the wonderful sharing today. I hope that the insight brought forward by Madam Audrey today will be extremely beneficial to our MUET candidates for their upcoming exam, especially next Saturday. Okay, we would like to thank Mr. Robert Taringan, SISC Plus Officer, Language Unit, Education Department of Sipitang District Education Office for hosting this wonderful webinar for candidates and teachers as well. Many thanks to the audience for joining us this afternoon. Please make sure you record your attendance in the Google form link given at the end of this webinar. And for your information, all participants will receive a certificate of attendance via email, and for teachers, worry not, your attendance will be recorded in the SPL KPM. The link will only valid until 8 p.m. tonight. So good luck to all MUET candidates, and to everyone, please stay safe and take care. Salam. PPD Sipitang the Best bersama mengkayahkan kecemerlangan. Bye.